we're detectives investigating the murder case at Lowe's house. May I ask you some questions? I didn't comment on it last time, but I do love that we just walk up and say, oh yeah, the murder at Lowe's house. No one's been like, what? The murder? Another murder?
This is a small town. Word gets around fast. I mean, like, we saw them, like, carting the body off down this street, so
That's
I imagine
true.
if people had questions, they would have asked them then. Your steam buns are so delicious. Is there a secret technique? Good steam buns must be made with meat in good condition. I'm sorry, he's just got a wise face.
It's
I
fair.
have to do it.
Did Lo Shiwen often come here to buy steamed buns?
Lo Shiwen is our regular customer. Usually, he paid for 5 days' worth of steamed buns. Prepaid. We deliver them to him every morning.
Oh.
This guy... Okay, so he didn't order them specifically for that day.
Yeah,
that's useful.
They were gonna come regardless. Were the steamed buns delivered to his house this morning different from those on other days?
No difference. They were all freshly made.
Just the audio.
But I heard that he has been arrested, so should we still deliver to him tomorrow?
I mean, did he pay for it? I mean, if he paid for it, why not? They already paid for it.
Yeah, deliver to the jailhouse. This is indeed a big problem. How about this? You deliver them to the court instead.
Can you manage both the business at the stall and food deliveries at the same time?
Yeah, the chore guy.
Yeah.
He said he helps out. Yangtze, the errand runner, takes care of all the delivery orders.
Where is Yangtze right now?
He's delivering rice noodles to those soldiers.
I see. Well, thank you, Mr. Cow. I do like that, I don't know if it's gonna be constant for the rest of the cases. I do like that it's continuing, you know? Like, we learned a little bit about, like, people in that first case, and now we're getting a bit more context to them and what part they play in the community. I like it. I think it's neat.
Yeah, I would say that that's actually one of the weaknesses of some Ace Attorney games. Like, Great Ace Attorney was better at that. They had more returning characters.
Yeah.
But usually the games are very episodic, like, very self-contained.
Yeah, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I mean, if they wanted it to be an anthology, then they did a good job, you know? It doesn't need to be a consistent, like, you know, characters coming back. It's nice to see it, but, like, it doesn't need to be that. I personally like it, though.
It feels like stronger writing, I think, if you show that a character is consistent in several instances, and you can, like, introduce a detail about somebody in one case that isn't relevant until the next one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like
it's
the
easier to hide little Easter eggs.
Mr. Cow, how much do you know about Lo Shiwen? He's a bridge.
I hate that guy.
I'm waiting for it. Like,
you know his uncle, Lope, is a renowned writer, right? Our town, Paratown, was renamed because of him. Business in our small shops has been booming due to the influx of readers attracted to our town.
Please tell us what you know about Lo Shiwen.
Alas, Master Lo is highly esteemed, but never expected to end up with such an incompetent nephew.
There it is.
Okay. Lo Shiwen, a scholar, has passed the imperial examination. Okay, so he is a heavenly scholar, so people have to bow their heads when he goes past. That must give you a big head. After the exam system was abolished... Oh, it's gone? Wait, what's going on right now? I thought the exams were going on right now.
I guess it's a new system. Or at least it's treated differently in society now.
Lo Shiwen turned to opium in despair and lost everything. Oh my god.
I have to move my door down a little bit more. No.
It's over. Opium it is. If it weren't for Master Lo taking him in and helping him quit smoking, I'm afraid he would.
Well, I mean, we know that's not
Okay.
right. Because we found opium in Lo Shiwei's house, didn't we?
I think they said that was like anti-opium. It was like nicotine patches for opium.
Do we have them in here? I guess we don't. Well.
They said something about that. Oh, this has the same vibe as, this is your fault, Dad. You and your stupid races.
We're in a fucking G.I. Joe PSA right now.
Opium is really evil.
Did Lo Shiwen quit opium later?
So I hear. But he still needs to take opium cessation drugs daily.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
it's like
that's what that
nicotine patches. These drugs were also purchased for him by Lo Pei. Indeed, it sounds like Lo Pei has treated Lo Shiwen quite well. Which I'm sure is why everyone hates him so much.
Yeah.
Having such a good uncle was truly a blessing. Whoa! His whole face changed!
Yeah, you got real angry.
No, like his eyes moved up.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, it's a different man. He got possessed by Lo Shiwen, by Lo Pei.
I was looking right at his face when the sprite changed. It was surreal.
Yeah, usually they kind of like flow into each other. That was scary.
Unfortunately, he is very ungrateful. Very unwise.
Most unwise, some would say. I wonder if you know Liu Picheng.
Liu Picheng. Oh, you're referring to Miss Liu? I guess his eyes are kind of like half open, so it's kind of jarring when he opens them wide.
He goes, no!
That's right, it's her. Master Lo accompanied her to my stall several times to buy rice cakes. I've also seen her and Master Lo taking a photo together right at the entrance of that alley.
Oh, they have photos are a commodity here?
They wouldn't have been super... No, they would have been pretty common at the time, I think.
Do you think in China during the turn of the century they would have had more... They would have had...
Maybe not in China. They were definitely a thing in America, I know that much.
Well, yeah. Well, you know, I'm wondering how common they were during this time period around here.
Have you seen... Oh, the picture of like that guy eating rice.
Oh yeah, the guy that was smiling, like he.
Yeah.
Because he didn't understand.
It was a picture. Well, because the pictures back then took like forever to take, and usually people weren't smiling because it was hard to hold a smile for that long, and like they went to this remote village in China, I think it was. And, like, they were taking pictures because it was like they were doing a story on them. And this guy held a smile for the whole time it took for them to, like, to take his picture. I gotta find the picture.
Yeah, he's, like, really wholesome. He's, like, got the whole bowl of rice with him. Because I love that.
It radiates joy. It's so fun.
If you find that picture, put it in Pinnacle of Happiness. I love that man. I hope he's immortal.
I found it. I just googled happy man eating rice and I found it immediately.
Here, put it in real quick. Let me see it. Yeah, there he yeah, there he is. That's the fucking back then equivalent of yippee. I didn't cola.
Yeah, I gotta put that in Pinnacle of Happiness. No, wait, but that channel's for like actual happy things happening in people's lives.
No, that my life is better having seen him, you know?
Okay, alright, I'll put it in there.
I'll give
if
you
say
permission.
so.
It's my server. There it is. Wonderful. How is Miss Liu's relationship with others?
She should only have one acquaintance in the town, Master Lowe. Oh god. So not only is she dead, but all her friends are dead.
Yeah. Well, no, she's not from this town.
Oh, yeah.
She's from, like,
I thought he was
the
just
city.
saying she's really lonely.
Has Miss Liu
No
had any
friends.
conflicts with anyone?
I know nothing about that. Yeah, how the hell am I supposed to know? I just cooked the rice.
I steam buns.
Mr. Cow, please try to recall more carefully and see if you remember anything.
Oh, she did
Do you
fist
think
fight
it wasn't
that dude.
clear? Do you think it wasn't clear that you wanted me to remember things when you asked me to remember things the first time? Do you think I'm confused about that?
What if you went, oh yeah, I hate her?
Actually, she's my daughter, actually, now that you think about it. Why don't you go and ask my son? Miss Liu occasionally played with my son, so he might know her better.
I wonder where your son is now.
At this time, he should be playing by the creek. He has, like, scheduled play sessions. My son's name is Cao Tian. Tian! Uh-oh!
I hate everything about you!
Tri-beam! Wearing yellow clothes. Go and try to find him.
Alright, well, thank you for your help. Hey, you can't go through there.
Why not? Why is my voice different? This is what my real voice sounds like. Shen, let's hurry and go to the creek to search for clues.
I think I found a clue. What was that? Wait, what's happening?
Whoop!
Apu, what's wrong?
I suddenly remembered the business card we saw earlier. The seal on it looks somewhat familiar to me.
Yes, there's a similar shape on this piece of evidence. Oh. It was...
Why is that suddenly relevant now? It's the charcoal imprint.
Yeah.
Ah, so it was the letter.
Yes, the outline of the seal matches perfectly with the symbol at the end of the letter.
Yes, that means the strange symbol is the imprint left by the seal on the back of the paper.
Exactly.
Shen, if the person who wrote the letter is Miss Liu, wouldn't the whole situation be reversed?
Very likely.
A turnabout of some kind?
Indeed. Don't say that word. They'll come.
Oh.
Inadequate in the letter
Who?
doesn't refer to Lo Shi-wen, but Lo Pei. Editor, responsible, actually means Miss Liu felt sorry for her fault.
It means Miss Liu wrote the letter to the publishing house seeking justice. She won.
Oh, she was trying to make sure he got his get paid, or? But not only that,
Yeah.
there are also
Maybe-
annotations in a delicate handwriting on many of the discarded manuscripts.
So maybe they're trying to say that he handed his manuscripts to his uncle for proofreading, and then he just published them as his own works.
Before what we've heard around town, it seems everyone seems to think he was a pretty shit writer.
Yeah, but they're pretty heavily biased against him.
Maybe.
I mean, the one person who claims to have any real evidence toward that was like, "Oh yeah, you're a writer? Write something." And he was like, Because You're a comedian, tell a joke. Like, that's not gonna...
Yeah, come on. You're the funny man. Say
That
the
doesn't
funny
mean
thing.
anything.
There are also annotations and a delicate handwriting on many of the discarded manuscripts. The handwriting in the annotations is the same as the handwriting in the letter.
So the person who was revising Lo Shiwen's manuscripts was Miss Liu after all. So why did he kill her? If he did.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, it feels like we're finding out that he didn't have a reason to. In fact, it seems like they were quite close.
Oh, look at that child.
Baby. That's Tien!
It is. Hi!
Hey, little one, may I ask if you're Tien Tien? Is that like a...
Yeah.
That must be like an affectionate nickname thing.
Look at that baby.
Yeah?
Baby boy.
You know me?
We're detectives and we're catching bad guys. Would you like to help us?
I love detectives the most. I also want to be a detective when I grow up.
May I ask you a few questions and will you answer them seriously?
Yeah.
Do you know a lady with short hair, a round face, and glasses?
Yeah, I do. That's Sister Liu, and she's not a bad person.
Sister Liu was bullied by bad people. We're giving him.
I like that they're not just pulling the kid over and being like, "Who killed her?"
We're giving
Like
him
we're talking to the kid like a kid.
we're giving him the 4 kids dub of what happened.
Yeah. The study buddies.
Yeah, the study buddy's got her. Have you seen anyone who bullies her?
Master Lo is the bad person.
Oh,
He insulted Sister Liu and even pushed her right here in the courtyard.
when did that happen?
The day before yesterday?
Did you hear what they were arguing about?
Let me think. Sister Liu is talking about something like
Co-author.
Koa? Shen, do you know what Koa is?
Tien Tien, are you sure Sister Liu said that?
Yep, Sister Liu did say that and I heard it clearly. Then Master Lo got angry. Very, very angry. Then he pushed Sister Liu. Detective, Master Lo is a bad person. Go and catch him now.
Oh. Well, I think this might... I'm catching on where this is like a misdirect, where the kid just calls everybody master because everybody looks like bigger and more important to him.
Yeah.
So he might be talking about
Someone
the
else.
nephew.
Let's see. Let me check their names again.
Well, because he's saying Master Lo.
Oh yeah, there's 2 Los.
I think he means I think he means Shiwen, and we're assuming he means Lo Peng because everyone else calls him Master Lo.
Reportedly the most famous coroner in Jingchu region. Huh. Old scholar.
Very wise.
Wenzel
Not as wise.
speaks with a heavy accent. Quirky.
He's corked up. The corked up bookseller.
Chung Ta. He's 6.
Oh, look at him. Oh, cutie.
Adorable. Tien Tien, once the truth is found out, we'll make sure the bad guys are punished.
That's great. Then I'll go continue playing.
I'll get back to my work. Good job,
Oh.
boys.
I have another question to ask you.
What question?
If ants are moving, does that mean it's going to rain? If it's gonna rain, I need to tell my daddy to close his stall in advance.
Ants are sensitive to changes in air humidity, so... But the weather doesn't seem like it's going to rain. Tien Tien, you got it wrong. Do you see the white crumbs on the backs of the ants? These are the food that they're carrying.
Oh.
Ooh, rice cakes.
We saw these ants were doing their thing when we were like walking up to the house last night too.
Hmm. There's food inside the dry well.
There's food inside the dry well. White crumbs. Oh no, these ants are gonna get fucking dirt.
This is Heisenberg strain.
It's a blue dolphin or whatever he fucking calls this drug. Oh, it's
Blue opium.
it's blue.
Blopium.
Oh, it's possible that there's something in the well. Run!
We look in the well and we just get shot.
Rice cake. There's just a guy waiting in there.
It's Tuco.
He's in that well.
Shen, I'll go down the well and have a look. Have a look.
Have a look. Can you go down?
The width is just right for me. But if I were any bigger, I probably wouldn't be able to get in. Thank God I'm a twink.
Yeah, or else we would have had to send the child into the abyss. Let's first go find a rope and then go down the well.
There's a rope right here.
Yeah, it's a bucket and a rope. That's like, you got everything you need. The bottom of the well is deep and the opening is narrow. Be cautious. Shen, pull me up!
Shen,
Pull me up!
they're jumping me.
He comes up completely, like, picked clean off the bone.
Shen, I found some rice cakes and a belt for a coat down in the well. Oh, does that belt have 2 notches on it?
Yeah. Probably.
There was a discarded rake head in the well, and the belt was hooked onto it. The rice cakes are all smashed. It took me a while to pick them up.
Rice cakes and a belt were found at the bottom of the well. The belt belonged to Lope's coat, and hold on. Oh, that was the detective coat that he had.
Yeah.
Let's see. And stained with blood. Hmm. The belt also has bloodstains on it.
Now we can report to Judge Chang. We only found fragments of the coat in the brazier? I don't know.
I think brazier.
Brazier. We have found new evidence.
Why didn't Lo Shiwen dispose of the belt and the coat together?
Let's think about it later.
I mean, who cares?
Somebody colorized the picture of the happy rice man.
Aw.
I just made another discovery. I made another discovery.
Why do you say that so seriously? I've seen something.
Did you
down
not
there.
hear me say?
Oh no, I didn't hear it the first
Did you
time.
not hear me say it the first time?
No.
Shen, look at this. There's a thin red and yellow thread in the brick crevices of the well wall. I don't see that. Where do you see that? Oh, at the top.
Oh yeah, I was looking for it too. This thin thread is relatively clean and brightly colored, as if not exposed to the sun and rain. It must have been stuck here recently.
Then I will also keep it. Stealing evidence.
A thin red and yellow thread in the brick crevices of the wall well, seemingly stuck here not long ago.
Okay, I thought that was like
Yeah,
in-game
I
music.
thought that was my heart. Like I thought I was having a heart attack.
I think if your heart suddenly starts beating like that when you're at rest, that's a real problem.
Yeah.
Shen, someone is banging on the drum.
It seems like
Reminded me of Jumanji for a second there.
it seems like the sound. What year is it? There's a sound coming from the direction of the court. Let's go and take a look. Have a look. Ooh, the hall drum. The hall drum is a drum placed at the entrance of county government offices in ancient times, often painted red with white skins. Served three purposes. First, if the common people had grievances, they could state their complaints by beating the drum. Second, the county officials would beat the drum to gather the crowd and assemble the staff when entering the court. Third, the drum was beaten to announce the county's magistrates' return from official duties outside, serving as a reminder for the subordinates to report their work in a timely manner. Only in cases of significant or urgent matters could the common people beat the hall drum. Frivolously causing a disturbance over trivial issues not only resulted in the refusal of the case, but also led to physical punishment.
So if you beat the drum, we beat you?
Yeah.
I was about to make that joke, and then they made it real. Shen, what exactly does ko-ao that Tian mentioned mean? I think it is co-author, I think you're right.
I'm not sure at the moment either.
Regardless of what it means, if there was a heated argument between Lo Pei and Miss Liu, Lo Pei may indeed have a motive to commit murder in that case. But wasn't he dead by the time she was?
Yeah, he would have been dead already.
Is it possible that Lo Pei is the one who killed Miss Liu?
No, that's not right. When Miss Liu was killed, Lo Pei had already been murdered.
Could it be possible that Lo Shiwen disguised himself as Lo Pei, who had an argument with Miss Liu?
Lo Shiwei deceived me because I've never seen Lo Pei before. It's hard to say whether he could deceive Liu Pisheng or not. Probably not.
Not if they were close, no. Which it sounds like they were.
Charred fragments of a coat were found in Lo Shiwen's charcoal brazier. The fabric of the coat is distinctive, so I shouldn't be mistaken. But why didn't Lo Shiwen burn the entire piece of clothing? Why did he only throw the belt into the dry well? That is odd. That is assuming it's of the same clothing. There's like sausages here? What is this?
I don't know.
That's the public sausages. Oh, Mr. Shen, I was just looking for you. Lord has asked to go to the court.
What's up?
Someone has come and banged the drum, saying he has seen the murderer.
Wow, is this true? Who's the person who reported it?
Is he gonna get beaten with a stick? Wouldn't he just tell a guard? And the guard, he doesn't need to beat the drum for it.
Well, they said if it's important matters, it's fine.
Well, yeah, but like, I feel like you should tell a guard instead of beating the great drum. I'm not even gonna take that risk of hitting the drum.
The beating drum.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm only responsible for running errands. Since that's the case, let's go together and see what's happening. The courtroom. Oh, never all go to court. Oh, look at this.
Look at him up there.
Pop a gut.
Since Mr. Shen is also here, let's begin.
This is like Jabba's
silence.
palace. Is Leia about to come in?
Yeah. I like. Oh, wait, hold on.
Ooh. I like the drums.
Nice.
Oh, it wasn't a whole track. It was just an entrance thing.
I guess so.
The WWE
Oh,
entrance music.
Is that the errand guy?
Yeah.
Bring in the person who beat the drum.
Who cranked the soldier boy? It's the scholar.
It's him.
He did
It's
say if
me.
you show him the guy, he'd be able to identify him.
Excuse me, sir. What's your name and why did you beat the drum? Your Honor, my name is Cho Shin. Yeah, don't call me Chodchin. That's not what I said.
I'm Chowchin.
I heard about the murder in Lowe's home, and it reminded me that I had witnessed the crime.
I feel like that would be fresh in my memory.
Oh, wait! That wasn't Raspberry Jam at all. He killed her.
Oh, that gentleman wasn't just having a nosebleed after all. I'm here to identify the murderer. Oh? Go on.
Mm.
Did you really witness the murder with your own eyes? Indeed, I did. Then tell me everything you know in detail.
Like my pre-case snipe, I'm very suspicious of Officer Ma. I'm very deeply
Yeah, he
suspicious
did
of
say he
him.
was willing to fight God. And now he's here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's supposed to be here. He's like the captain of the guard of this area.
Okay.
What the old
Testimony. Nice. The exam results come out today. I went to wait near the announcement wall early in the morning. It seems like they're re-examining how they do the tests.
Yeah.
Like anybody who had previously passed the test had their scholarship revoked and had to take the new one. Because I can't imagine they make this guy take the test every year.
I'm gonna die.
The day the Imperial examination results are released. Yes, today is the day the candidate examination results are announced. How could you witness the murder in Lowe's house if you went to see the announcement? Your Honor, Lowe's house is not far from the announcement wall. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay, based.
Has this guy never been outside the courtroom? He should know that. I was walking around for some exercise when I suddenly saw a man leaving Lowe's house. He was in a hurry and forgot to lock the door. I looked over curiously, only to glimpse a dead body inside. Strange and horrible.
Well, that's not right.
Well, hold on. It could be.
Yeah. Well, at least from our understanding of the crime, that's not right.
Well, no, I think we knew that nobody had been in there for a while. Oh, no,
No,
wait.
the body was
we
in the
thought nobody
wardrobe.
had been in there for a while.
The body was also in the wardrobe.
And the
too.
body was in the ward.
So he could be telling the truth, it's just that...
Yeah, but I'm...
I mean, it could be that Lo Shi-wen got home after, like, what happened at the, like, dealing with us, and he just he's like, what the fuck? I just saw him found another dead body in his house.
Yeah, I was thinking that for a second, too, but this guy said that this happened this morning.
That's a good point.
I guess it could have.
I think we have the, what does
Because
the autopsy report say again? I forget.
We solved the first case today. Like, it doesn't feel like it, but it was this morning. So...
Oh, we don't have a time of death yet. I don't think.
I think they had an estimated one.
They did, but...
That it happened last night. So I think maybe... he didn't go home all night because he was busy doing murdery things, and then he came back in the morning. It was like... Ah!
Ah!
And then he was shit, and hid the body in the wardrobe.
What the hell?
I was scared and didn't look or say anything more until Your Honor asked me. When you witness a murder and you don't bring it up until somebody asks. Oh, now that you mention it, I did see who did it.
I had a crazy day.
After that, I stayed nearby till the results were released, but saw no one else enter or leave. who was the person that walked out of Lowe's house? Do you still remember? I remember he has a snake's head and rat's eyes. He doesn't seem like a good person.
Alright.
Come here and identify. Is this the person you saw? Yes, it's him, it's him.
I like to imagine he told them and Maud's like, I know who it is.
That rat-faced fuck. When I saw that food box, I guessed it must be Yangtze. This guy has a criminal record of theft. He once stole things from Master Lo. It was right to detain him in advance. I think Ma did it. I think he was looking for a scapegoat.
Judge Chang, I'm really wronged. Everyone knows that I'm most warm-hearted, helpful, and chivalrous. How could I kill someone?
Yeah, even if the whole, like, theft thing wasn't a misunderstanding, which I think it might have been, because he said it was a misunderstanding, but he could just be lying out of his ass. But even if it wasn't, I think it's a pretty big leap between stealing from some spare change that was on the ground to killing a man. Or killing a girl, I guess.
Wait, hold on a second. No, probably not. Okay.
I think we already thought of that.
Of this here?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I don't think her neck is that thick.
Yeah.
How dare you talk back, you thief. Come on, men. Prepare for severe punishment.
I do little taps like, yay, punishment! Wait a minute. Mr. Chow's testimony...
Men, assume the position.
Mr. Chow's testimony alone is insufficient to establish Yangtze as the murderer.
It's you again.
Yeah, we've just been standing here, man.
Mr. Chow saw it with his own eyes. How can it be false?
It's rare to find someone like Mr. Chow who's willing to speak out for justice. However, some of his testimony seems to be inconsistent with the on-site situation.
I wonder what Mr. Shen has to say.
Thank you. Judge Chang, I wish to cross-examine Mr. Chow.
To what? We don't have legal processes here.
What the fuck you talking about?
What do you mean by cross-examine?
I will review Mr. Chow's words sentence by sentence and question any problematic statements. Then I will compare the questionable testimony with the collected evidence. If I find evidence that contradicts the testimony, I will present it to you for examination.
Let's begin immediately, then.
Yeah, I guess their court system wasn't, as advanced at this time, then.
They're portraying it pretty much like that. But we found a guy who fits the description.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Oh, look at this. Was it like this last time? This is new, right?
Yeah. But I think maybe this game has like actual court cases, and we just didn't get to see that last time because it was the tutorial.
Okay, so that's just the present. So I would assume...
I don't think there's a press.
Yeah, not yet, at least. So I would assume it's the fact that body was not in the wardrobe.
Yeah. Was found in a wardrobe. I think that's it, yeah.
So you mentioned you saw someone dead inside the house when the suspect left Lowe's house. However, the body was found inside the wardrobe. At the time, the wardrobe was locked. How could you possibly see a body inside the house?
Maybe she... Oh! Maybe she wasn't dead yet. Maybe she had just been knocked out by the rice cakes at that point.
Hmm. That's a good... Yeah, she woke up later.
Yeah, I think she was knocked out by the rice cakes, if he did in fact see her. Could it be that Mr. Chow saw the scene in the house right after the killer committed the crime?
No.
But what killer would leave before hiding the body?
Because Mr. Liu was killed around midnight. And Mr. Chow didn't arrive near Lo's house until after daybreak.
Mr. Shen, is the time of death you mentioned accurate?
This is my preliminary analysis based on the body's characteristics.
I like this track.
It's a really good one. They got banger songs in this.
Divu, our coroner, is currently conducting the autopsy. No conclusion has been reached yet. You dare to tell the time of death just by glancing at the body?
Indeed, the time of death relies on the coroner's further assessment. But that doesn't affect my inference. Mr. Chow said he looked over curiously because someone left Lo's house without locking the door. He also mentioned no one entered or left Lo's house after the suspect left. If that is indeed the case, how did the body end up locked inside the wardrobe? Oh, I did it.
Alright, you got me.
Sir, did you fabricate the story about seeing the body?
Although I have not personally witnessed it, I believe that to be the case.
What?
He's saying, yeah, I believe in what I saw.
Oh, okay. I didn't see a body, but I saw a man leaving the house. This is a matter of life and death. How can you take it for granted?
Alas.
But nevertheless, Mr. Cho did see Yang sneaking out of Lo Shiwen's house. Yeah, he definitely did it.
Yeah.
He didn't see Yang He saw a sneaky-looking man.
Hmm.
I have seen that's not me.
I have made a hasty judgment about the matter of the body. However, the person I saw was indeed Yang without a doubt.
Mr. Cho, how can you be certain that the person leaving Lo's house was none other than Yang?
And even if it was Yang, that doesn't necessarily implicate him. We know that the
He was paid to be there.
The dumplings were delivered at 7:45.
Mm-hmm.
I had a close encounter with this person, and his peculiar attire made a deep impression on me.
In what way was his attire peculiar?
He wore a white turban, held a rod, and carried a box. He didn't look like a good person.
Okay, whoa.
What do you mean by look like a good person? What does that mean to you? Have you seen anyone else coming in or out of Lo's house?
It seems there's nobody else.
Seems?
I can't recall clearly. I'm afraid more words means more mistakes.
Huh?
Please allow me to think it over.
Well, go think about it for a while.
I'm getting out of here.
Lord, at present we cannot rule out the suspicion on Yang. It's possible he entered the scene twice, once to commit the murder and once to hide the body. Do you think? I'm putting together a timeline here.
Yeah.
I think the discussion that the publisher and the writer had was about her pressuring him, giving him an ultimatum of, you need to have your nephew become co-author or I'm going to send this letter to my publishing house.
Yeah, that's what I figured, like a blackmail letter, essentially.
And he told his officer friend about it over drinks. And then Officer Ma decided to take it into his own hands.
That was the screaming at God incident?
I think so.
What, Lo fed him some bullshit about what his nephew's trying to do to him, or something?
Yeah, I think he was like, my nephew's my assistant, and now he's claiming to write the whole stories himself, and then my
then
editor's going to... Yeah.
Then he went,
He went to my editor and told her the same thing, and now she believes his lies. And he's like, I got
will
it.
murder them
I'll kill her
both.
for you.
Both of them will fall. Don't worry, Lo.
Mr. Shen, what do you think?
It could be advisable to question Yangtze first and see what he has to say.
All right, let's proceed to question Yang Er.
Yeah, has anyone asked me what I think about what happened?
I say we let him go. Do you get that joke?
Yeah,
That's
I
from
do. Yeah, I do.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
I say we let him go.
No.
Yeah.
My dad loves that joke. Young man, we have questions for you. Young man?
Yeah, look at that young...
That guy's gotta be at least, like, 35.
I think we saw he was like 32.
I wouldn't call him a young man.
He's fucking
No, he
younger
does
than-
not look good.
Looks older than Ma. Hold on. He's 36. He's older than fucking... He's older than Ma.
Young man. That might have been a mistranslation.
Yeah.
Sir, feel that's not me. Who am I?
Sir, feel free to ask. I will certainly speak to whatever I know.
Were you the one who delivered the steamed buns to Lo Shiwen's house this morning?
Yes, it was me who delivered them. Who in the neighborhood doesn't know that I'm the most warm-hearted, helpful, and chivalrous?
Don't talk nonsense. Old Chow accuses you of murder and hiding the body. What do you have to say about it?
I'm being wrongly accused, sir. I'm a well-behaved person. Never killed a living creature, let alone a human being.
Mr. Chow saw you coming out of Lo Shiwen's house. How do you explain that?
It must have
You just said I was delivering the dumplings.
It must have mistaken me for someone else.
Yanger, what did you do this morning? Come clean and tell the truth.
Yes.
Testimony. What Yanger had witnessed.
After leaving Lope's house,
He looks locked in. Like he
Yeah.
goes from like a nervous, anxious face to like
That's what I
dead
was saying.
inside.
That's what we were saying before. Like he's just facing the camera, and it's fucking scary.
After Lope's house, I quickly returned to my shop. But I still got scolded by my boss, Cow, because I failed to deliver this morning order. Then I had to rush and deliver the orders as quickly as possible, without stopping for a moment. By the time I delivered the order to Lo Shiwen, I had already caught up with the schedule.
Have you seen the like Parasite the Maxim locked in meme?
I haven't.
There's this scene where like the government knows that these like aliens are masquerading as people, and this guy has like an alien in his, well, the main character has an alien in his arm. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a symbiosis thing.
Yeah, I know that much about it.
And there's another guy who like is one of these aliens who agreed to like help the government sniff him out. I think he was also like a symbiote
Mhm.
sort of deal, because they can sense each other. And the whole time, like they keep bringing in like suspicious people, and he's like, nope, 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 nope. And then the protagonist sits down from across him, and he just like his entire face shifts, and people have started using it as like he's locked in meme.
Hold on, let me Google it real quick. Let me see this face. Let me see this.
Here, I can send you the video. I found it.
Yeah, let me see. Let me peep the horror.
Here, I'll DM it to you.
Oh, that. Oh no, I have seen that before. I didn't know what it was from, but I have seen it. He just super locks in.
I love that scene so much.
I've seen that with like the meme. It's like when you're playing like Mario Kart with your little brother and he beats you and say, "Haha, you suck at this."
It's good. I have to rewatch that show. I love Parasite.
You saw Lo Shiwen being arrested in the morning. Why did you still deliver the buns? If the customer orders, no matter whether he eats it or not, I have to deliver it, right? Understood. Please go ahead. I knocked on the door to Lo Shiwen's house for quite a while, but there was no response. I intended to leave the food box at the doorstep, but the door opened easily with a gentle push. I feared the buttons would be stolen by a dog, and Mr. Cow would scold me again, so I went inside. Placed the food box on a small table by the door, and then hurried to the next customer.
Was there anyone inside the house at that time?
There was not anyone in the house at all. When you first entered the house, did you notice anything unusual? Unusual? It seemed like there was nothing unusual when I entered the house. Well, that's strange. You shouldn't have overlooked something like that.
The charcoal burning.
Yeah, because
They noticed it immediately when they came in.
it was like super hot in that room, they said. It's like summer right now for them too.
Yangtze, what else did you do after entering the house and placing the food box?
Upon placing the box, I returned empty-handed. I had other orders and couldn't afford any other delays. Maybe Mr. Chow happened to see me when I came out, misunderstood me.
Mr. Shen, what do you think?
The 6 statements made by Yangtze in his testimony contradicts one of Mr. Chow's statements. Oh, do we have a like compare testimony thing here?
Contradiction. We have to find the contradiction.
I know Mr. Chow said he saw him leaving the house with something in his hand, right?
Yeah. There's one part where he says left empty-handed.
Empty-handed.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Look at that.
He held a rod and carried a box. What's the rod?
Where's the rod? Yeah, aren't you aware of your own situation yet? Why did you lie? I didn't. Mr. Chow saw you coming out of Lo Shiwen's house with a rod in your hand. What was it? There was nothing. Oh, he rolled up a fucking painting and stole it.
There used to be a painting hanging on the wall of Lo Shiwen's house, but now it's gone. You took it, didn't you?
I wish the game let me find that one out.
Yeah, they do a little like, where was the thing that he took?
Yeah.
And you have to put the cursor on the painting.
After entering Lo's house and confirming there's no one inside, you had the intention to steal. You took away the painting on the wall and the valuable porcelain items from the house.
I think that's a difference of opinion between the two of us, because one of my issues with games like this is like super obvious stuff like that not being like given to us.
I'd say, but to be fair, like that was like out of the things we solved in that last testimony, that should have been like he was seen leaving the house with a rod. It's like, no, it was not a rod. It was actually like a rolled up paint. Like I feel like that's like a fair thing you'd want the player to solve instead of having that like told to you, you know?
Yeah, I think it's an agree to disagree moment, because I think those are the parts of Ace Attorney games that I hate the most. Like, what was the thing that we have in evidence that we know that he was holding, instead of the thing that everyone seems to think it was?
But we didn't know that, though. Like, I wasn't thinking that initially, at the very least.
Yeah, but, like, you figured it out the second that they... well, I guess, yeah, we didn't figure it out until we saw the painting.
Yeah, and then we're like, oh, okay, so he rolled up a painting, and then he held it. You have a history of
I guess
theft.
you're right.
So this kind of opportunistic act may not be your first time. There's definitely stuff you should gloss over when it comes to these sort of games, but like, this seemed kind of like a weird one to not let the player solve. And the rod Mr. Chow saw was actually a rolled up painting. Wait, whoa, hold on a second. Whoa. Can we see that again?
Uh-oh, stinky!
Uh-oh, stinky.
I think those line up.
No, I'm a believer in our minds. I think it's gonna be bamboo. I'm a believer. Also, could you really choke
Those
someone out
look like they line up.
Could you really choke someone out with like a rolled up scroll like that?
I think they might line up, but they're too thick.
Hmm.
Because the lines were really thin.
Aye.
Hold on, wait, I need the screenshot. I need the I need
Auspicious.
yeah.
Do you want me to get it?
I got it. Hold on. I'll put it in the server right now. I'm so happy. I was worried we'd never see it again. We've been blessed.
Just
Server settings. Screenshots.
if we get like a breakdown sprite for him, do we need to do a third one that's most inauspicious?
Just we need the no. It is but what did? It's ominous. That's what Same says. Like when something is considered like really anti feng shui, it is ominous. Oh, I need like a better zoom in on the face for it. Hold on, this is very important. There we go. That's what I want. There it is. There's my happy boy. There's my auspicious boy.
There he is. Do we like ping Same with auspicious?
There we go. The fucking hop on deadlock thing JT put it.
That's a good crop.
That's the Roblox like smirk.
It is.
There we go. Okay.
I told you. So this guy's thieving nature never changes. So this guy just like it intended to get everyone on the up list in one fell swoop.
Yeah, he's got a list.
Because he was going to frame the nephew for the murder, but now he knows that it's impossible to do that because the nephew's already in custody. So he's trying to get the thief instead.
Yeah, he's the truest bro out there, but to like an evil degree.
He's a devious bro.
The most dangerous bro of all.
How dare you repeatedly lie in the courtroom? Did you kill Miss Liu?
Please forgive me, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I was greedy for money and was momentarily blinded by greed. I didn't kill anyone. That painting was not taken down by me. When I entered, it was already on the table.
Bold villain, if you do not speak the truth any longer, caning punishment will be served.
Oh.
You're going to get beaten.
Put him to the drum.
I realize my mistake. I really realize my mistake. Apart from not mentioning the act of theft earlier, everything else I said is true, I promise. I will return the stolen items at once, right away, immediately.
Officer Ma, gather a team and go with Yangtze to see what he has taken from the house. Yes. The
Sure.
music stopped.
He's so sad.
Mr. Shen, if Yangtze is indeed guilty of theft only, then how should we go ahead with the murder trial?
I'm afraid we'll have to go back to Mr. Cho's testimony.
What do you have in mind?
Why are you asking me? You're the judge. When Afu and I were investigating the scene, we found... What is this? It's a new track.
Ooh.
When Afu and I were investigating the scene, we found footprints had been cleaned up. It could be Yangtze.
Oh, this one sounds the most Ace Attorney out of all of them, yeah.
Yeah. It seems like a building up to the truth kind of theme, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be Yangtze, or there might be others who have been in and out after him. Mr. Cho stayed near Lo's house throughout the entire morning.
Ooh, I like this.
Very nice.
This is a good one. Very wise.
None of them have been bad.
Yeah, but this is my favorite so far. Mr. Chow, how is your memory recall going?
Who am
He's
I?
in his mind palace. My lords, I feel dizzy and faint after so long. Could I have some more time, please?
He's gonna die. This witness is about to die.
I remember who did it. And he just keels over right there.
Yeah, net it.
I hate.
Oh my god, it's him.
Little Tien did it.
Yeah.
All right then. Let's take a break and continue the trial later.
Oh, look at this.
Puppy!
What's the dog doing? Is he
The dog is eating steam buns.
What's up, dog?
Dog!
Oh, there's the corner.
What a cute dog. These swords on the rack look quite impressive.
Oxtail swords. They're standard issue equipment for court officials. Oh. The oxtail sword, a standard weapon issued to officials and constables during the late Jing dynasty, was named for its resemblance to an ox tail when the blade was positioned upwards. The sword features a thin blade, was light to handle, and easy to carry, making it suitable for official duties. Oh shit, I thought it was... We can't go there. Lo Shiwen is implicated...
Oh, the little dangly bit that hangs off of the end of the sword looks like an ox's tail.
Do you think that's the yellow thing that was on the well?
Ooh, yellow and red string.
Is there red on the? Have we noticed
It
that?
might have been blood.
Maybe.
We must find a chance to talk to him.
The door is locked.
No, no.
Shall I break the door open?
No.
We are in the middle of the court and there
No.
are guards right there.
This is a courtroom.
That's a D&D move right there. Should I pick the lock?
Let's go check elsewhere first. Do not. No, I just want to pet the dog again. Oh, he doesn't like he doesn't like us.
Water fire stick?
Huh.
There are several red and black rods inserted on this shelf. The rods don't have any grooves on them, so it seems they are not the murder weapon.
They're water fire rods. In the courtroom, if a suspect refuses to confess, they may be taken to the yard and to be whipped.
Such a thick rod. It would surely be painful to be whipped with it, wouldn't it? Let's try, just to test it out.
You're supposed to whip someone with that thing? That's just blunt force trauma. That's not a whip. You're just beating them with a stick.
That's what caning is. They take a big thick piece of wood and they just hit you with it over and over
Yeah, but
again.
I figure like if you're calling it whipping, it's gotta have some level of, like, flexibility to the thing hitting you, right? That looks sturdy as shit.
Well, maybe whipping was a mistranslation, because that's the difference between whipping and caning.
Yeah. Looks cumbersome to do. After dozens of lashes, the skin would split open, flesh torn, and blood splattered.
Such severe beating, one would surely confess to anything and have no strength to refute. But what if it turns out to be a mistake in the end? What should be done then?
Forcing confessions
That's
through
what-
torture has led to numerous wrongful convictions throughout history.
Yeah. That's why torture is not a good method of extracting a confession.
The case of Yang Naiwu and Zhao Baikai over a few decades ago is just an example.
Ah, yes, that old chestnut. Oh, okay, it does actually tell us what it is.
Is one of the four major extraordinary cases in the late Qing dynasty. The four major cases? A civilian named Guy died suddenly from epilepsy.
I know, I've never even heard of that.
Hold on, let me Google. What is?
Erysipelas.
I thought it was epilepsy for a second, but what is? Let me.
Syphilis. It's a skin infection involving the dermis layer of the skin, but it may also extend to the superficial cutaneous lymphatics. It is characterized by an area of erythema that is well demarcated. What does that mean, though? Do I click on images? Do I want
do
to?
not. I looked at the images. Do not. And his wife, Zhao Baikai, was falsely accused by Guy's mother of conspiring with young scholar Yang Nawu to poison Guy. The authorities hastily conducted a post-mortem examination and coerced confessions, while the Yang family members who reported the injustice were also subjected to intentional delays and interrogations. Later, continuous coverage of Shun Pao drew attention from both the court and the public. After exhuming the body and conducting a thorough investigation, the case was overturned, and the related officials were demoted or dismissed. The case is the most concentrated and comprehensive embodiment of the Qing dynasty's legal system. All topics related to the study of Qing law can be examined in detail throughout the case. That sucks.
And then this is the case that they use as the trademark case. The hallmark, and then they're just like, yeah, this is all just wrong and corrupt.
A stick-shaped weapon used by government officials in ancient times is a warning and punishment tool. It is about 160 centimeters long and half black, half red. Black represents the color of water and the five elements, often used to symbolize the justice of the law. Red represents the color of fire and the five elements, symbolizing punishment as severe as fire. Wonderful. Very colorful. Save.
Indeed, such practices are far too arbitrary and unjust.
Precisely. Because of this, we must value evidence and uncover the truth through it. What's the dog doing?
Oh,
Be good,
good
dog.
doggy.
The dog like me now?
Oh. Oh, you got an achievement.
Yeah, I did get a fucking... What does this say? Hold on. A dog of distinguished pride. Xincheng interact with the dog 3 times. Aloof canine. That's cute.
Shen, is that Auntie Vu standing on the steps, whom Officer Ma mentioned?
Well, I just met her at Lo Shiwen's home.
I heard from the soldiers that she's a very skilled coroner, but she doesn't look like it. Rude?
Because it doesn't be you.
Okay. Little rat, I can't really do an old lady voice. I've never tried before.
Hold on. Unlocking new vocal cords.
Little rat, do you think my ears are not working? I'm old, not deaf.
Auntie Vu, if Vu speaks frankly, please forgive him.
Are you the scholar who found the corpse?
Nice to meet you, Auntie Vu. I'm Shen Chongping.
Fairly polite.
Auntie, has Mrs. Liu's autopsy been completed? I wonder...
You don't know the rules. I'm getting closer to fishy, fishy, fishy.
Oh, that's not a bad voice to be for it.
Are you allowed to inquire about the autopsy?
Miss Liu's death is mysterious, and I also want to do my best to help in any way I can.
Whenever I think about that movie, I just think about like him reaching up and like twisting the faucets on that guy's nipples. I haven't finished my examination yet. Wait a little longer. When I have the results, I will report to the judge accordingly.
Soldier, has Lo Shiwen woken up? Yeah, when the court session began, he woke up. I would like to have a talk with him. Would it be possible to arrange for that? Lord has instructed if Detective Shen is investigating the case, we should cooperate. Oh, well, there we go. What I like to hear.
Yeah, baby.
I wonder what they use that tool for. So many fun tools. in here.
Which one? The like four-headed? Yeah. Where? Hold on. What goes in the fourth hole?
I think
Is
it's
it your
arms.
arm-
It's arms
but-
and legs.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like oh shit. What do they call those?
With a pillar.
Where yeah, where you put your arms and head through. Fourth one's the cock hole.
I was more talking about the fucking the charcoal burner at the bottom over there. Maybe the hook too
And the
up there.
fucking like chain sickle. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know what's on the middle rack. Is it like a saddle? What am I looking at?
Oh, that one. That's the meat hook.
Oh, he's part of Valve.
He looks
now.
very calm. That's the Half-Life symbol.
Yeah, he's been marked. I wouldn't be calm if I was in a fucking Chinese jail at this time period. I'm like, oh man, I'm about to experience the worst pain known to man. Great. That's fantastic.
I think he's just gonna be executed because they're like, yeah, he killed his uncle.
I
He's
don't
getting
know.
off easy.
I don't know if execution will be the same as like I don't care how prideful you know that you're getting arrested and like they remember in the timeline where we got pinned for the murder, it says we were tortured for like years in prison.
Yeah, they do seem to enjoy punishing people.
Yeah, I think it might be a culture thing of just like they're very spiritual, and to go against that sort of like it's seen as like a very grievous offense, you know.
Yeah.
I do think there's a good part of it too that I believe like the torture is seen as a way of saving them. Like you
Yeah, like that. This is straightening your soul out so that you can go to heaven without the stain of the sin on your soul.
Yeah, I mean we already saw that with like the water fire stick, what they were saying there before.
Yeah. I was thinking who was coming. It's the great detective who trapped me here. Are you here to showcase your intelligence to me?
I'm here to ask you something.
So you are here to ask me why I killed Lope. Oh, we know why you did that.
Yeah.
We want to know why you killed your publisher. Huh?
What?
The answer is that he brought it upon himself.
No, what I wanted to ask you about is Liu Picheng.
Who is Liu Picheng? I don't know her.
You little liar.
Miss Liu from Golden Words helped Lope publish his books. How is it possible you don't know her? Also, we know she was helping you write yours. You are talking about Miss Liu. You should ask Lope about her. She has nothing to do with me.
Alright, okay, you little shit. Get the stick.
Yeah, I'll go ask. Get the fire stick.
Oops, I almost forgot. Lope cannot answer any more questions now. I'm reading this as he's just completely detached.
Yeah.
Like, he's already certain that he's going to be, like, tortured and killed.
So he just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Yeah.
Miss Liu's body is in your wardrobe. Who else should we ask but you?
Yeah, no, I bet
Or
that
what?
got his attention. Everyone's so mean to me.
She colluded with Lope. She deserved it.
Colluded?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't believe it. Ghost in the Well, Bells and Bones, Mysterious Echo, and Swordsman Case. I am the co-author of these novels. The tricks in those novels are all my own creations. Recently, I came up with another trick. Such a brilliant plan, how could Lope not experience it himself? I feel like Seth Rogen's laugh is a step away from Freddy.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much there already.
If it weren't for you guys, I would have succeeded. You meddling kids. And what about Miss Liu? She's the same. She should die. She told me that she would credit my name on all of Lope's novels. Last night, she came to me, making promises and swearing that she would expose Lope. But what actually happened?
Check the newspaper. New book by author Lope, edited by Liu Picheng. Think I'm a fool? Am I stupid? And then she even went to cry by the creek. Such a pretentious act.
So I think she went to Lope and said, like, I'm going to send this letter to my publisher.
Yeah.
Lest you credit him. And then he, like, got physical with her and took the letter.
Mm-hmm.
Because she had bruises on her.
She did have bruises, like, weird bruises on her, yeah.
So I think this Sherlock Holmes looking ass was kind of an asshole.
Why are you so silent? Why don't you talk? I see. Great Detective Shen, he couldn't solve the second case. He came to me for help. Seeing the furrowed brow on your face, it truly brings joy to me.
Is that Ma?
I think...
I don't know who else it would be.
What was I gonna say? Damn it. I lost, it's gone. You guys, how long are you going to keep chatting?
Yeah.
Lo Shiwen, let's see if you'll still be smiling when it's time for your punishment. It does have red thread on there.
Yeah.
On the end of the oxtail, it's got red thread.
Hmm.
Or did the others have that? Let's go check the others.
Yeah, let's
after this.
We definitely need to compare.
I don't remember seeing red on them. Maybe that's blood. Officer Ma, we are inquiring about the motive for the crime. Old Cho has recovered well. I reminded him. I mean, he remembered. Lord appreciates your help and allows you to attend the court. You think it's the singer Lord that they've been talking about?
I like to imagine they descend upon us, shining. That's the Jade Emperor.
The statue, the auspicious statue of Lord in the middle of the...
If I could turn back time. I mean, did I show you the video of like best songs throughout history? And it goes back to the fucking Paleolithic era?
No, you
okay,
didn't.
I need to show you that video after this. It's so fucking funny.
Don't be ungracious. Hurry up and move.
It seems like we'll have to go to the court first.
Oh, why did it zoom in on him?
Because he's gone now.
Is it a confession, what Lo Shiwen said just now? Should we report what he said to the judge?
Let's first hear what Mr. Cho has to say before making a decision.
Rise to the court.
Solemn silence. I'm surprised they just didn't assume that Lo Shiwen killed the other one, too.
These guys just carry around the beaten sticks? Those are the fire water sticks.
Well, I imagine these are just bailiffs, right? Essentially.
Yeah. Oh, they gotta be ready to beat.
Yeah.
I don't imagine there was contempt of court. I think it was just, bailiff, get him!
It really is like, slap his nuts.
Twist his balls, bailiff. Chat. We will continue investigating the murder case of Liu Picheng. Please tell us again about your experience this morning, Mr. Zhou. This time there must be no mistake.
So then the elephant came out.
Okay.
Inquiry, who am I?
Who are you? What is this?
Who died?
The results of the candidate exam were to be released today, and I went to wait for them early. During the wait, I strolled around and saw someone coming out of Lo's house. I really hope one of the contradictions is like, we should trust this guy, he's a scholar, and then we have to present like the cheating book that we found on the roof.
He's a cheater.
His cheating ass. He wore a white turban, held a rod, and carried a box. He should be Yangtze, the Iron Runner. After Yangtze left, did you continue to stay near Lo Shiwen's house? Indeed, that's right. I didn't leave until the armed officer arrived to guard the scene.
Then you should have seen us go in.
No, I think Ma was the one that initially came there, and then the other dude got. Then Ma like replaced him with the sleepy guard, if I recall.
Yeah, but we went into his house. He said he saw nobody show up.
Well, he might have.
They
like,
didn't
walked away after a bit.
Hmm.
Oh, I might have been annoying chat this entire time. I think my fan has been blowing into my mic.
I haven't heard anything.
Oh,
you know what? I hear it a little bit when you're talking now that you mention it.
Yeah, let me see if I can't move this a bit closer. Or maybe I can turn down the sensitivity a tad bit. Let me see. What was I looking at? I was looking for the event. At noon, I helped post the list and then came here to guard, noticing no suspicious individuals. Okay, I thought there was more to it. Whatever.
During that time, what did you see? I did not observe anything unusual during that time. Then the results were announced, and I found that my ticket was missing. I lost interest in all else. Did you see anyone else enter or leave Lo Shiwan's house? I did not see any other person coming in or out. Sir, are you sure you didn't miss anything? I have carefully recalled, and I can confirm that I did not miss anything. Old Cho, are you telling the truth this time? I dare not speak falsely. Every statement is true. You look so sad again.
Oh,
Mr. Shen, what do you think?
I think he's got to go.
Shen, the old scholar's response this time seems to be no different than before.
On the contrary, he did mention new information this time. Let's start questioning once again. The results of the candidate exams would be released today. I went to wait for them earlier. That's fine. During the wait, I strolled around and saw someone coming out of Lo's house. That's fine. He wore a white turban, held a rod, and carried a box. He should be Yangtze, errand runner. That's fine. After Yangtze left, I remained walking around near Lo's house. Alright. Never saw anyone go in or out until an officer arrived. Soon the exam results were released. I think that's fine. My admission ticket was missing, and I lost interest in everything else. We know it's not an admission ticket.
Do you have that evidence? Doesn't look like it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Actually, the guard said he didn't see anyone suspicious around the house at all.
But he got there at noon.
Let me try this.
Oh yeah, he didn't
Yeah.
see anybody hanging around.
Mr. Chow said he saw a soldier come to guard Lo's house before the release of the exam results. However, Soldier Chen said he first went to post the notice, then stood guard at Lo's house.
Oh! That's the problem.
Yeah, there's a contradiction between the statements of these two.
Ooh. Old Joe, how dare you deceive me? I am willing to swear upon the sun that not a single word of mine is false. So someone did come to guard the house, and that lines up with what the guard told us, because he said
Yeah.
that Ma was there.
Yeah, he said Ma was there before them.
Shen, could it be that the soldier has made a mistake? Mr. Shen, what do you think? Why is the judge here? Because every time that has to make a decision, he's like, what do you think, boys?
Neither of them made a mistake. Maybe neither of them made a mistake.
Huh? Is that really the case?
Because what they saw was not the same person. It's highly possible that the person Mr. Chow saw was Officer Ma.
Auspicious.
The person, yeah, Mr. Auspicious, Miser. Mr. Chow saw was you, Officer Ma.
Officer Ma? Oh,
Oh,
we're back with the good track.
Hold on, this is a new face.
This is ominous. I think this has to be ominous.
Hold on. I'll save it for now. I don't know. There might be a more ominous face, you know?
Yeah. How can you say that it's me? After all we've been through together.
Mr. Chow saw the soldier at Lo's house before the release of the examination results. Soldier Chen was posting the notice, then 15 minutes later, he came to guard Lo's house. So it's not him that Mr. Chow saw. Rather, an officer with a sword.
Ordinary soldiers carry spears with them on daily duty, while only Officer Ma carries a sword. Speaking of it, we didn't see Officer Ma in the court this morning. Officer Ma, what's going on? Where were you this morning?
Oh, that could be ominous. I need to collect them.
Oh. I fear there's missing clues in Master Lo's case. I want to investigate them again near his home. I think I was seen by Mr. Cho when I passed by Lo Shiwen's house. You mean you just passed by and didn't enter the house? Old Cho, did you see me enter the house?
I don't want to die!
I am not sure. Seems like he's pretty sure. I think you didn't. Lord, Old Cho can prove that I didn't enter the house. He said that because you threatened him. Besides, if Officer Ma hadn't entered the house, who would have erased the footprints on the ground? What footprints?
Lo Shiwen lived messily, and the floor is covered with dust. It's easy to leave footprints. Yang entered Lo's house but left no footprints on the ground. Also, no footprints of others. It shows after Yang left, someone manipulated the scene and wiped away the footprints.
Isn't it obvious enough? The footprints were erased by Yang.
If Yang cleaned up the scene, then this item should not have been left behind. The buns.
Yeah. Yeah, if he wanted to erase all evidence of him being there, why would he leave what he was there to deliver?
He left his actual name on that box. Like his address, his fucking social security number is on that fucking Steam bun box.
Imagine breaking into a house, clearing up all evidence that you were ever there, and then leaving your business card.
If Yang could come up with the idea to clean up footprints at the scene, then it would be highly unlikely for him to leave this box of steamed buns at the scene. Boom.
I do love it. Inauspicious. Right, Officer Ma also mentioned before. I suspected it was Yang as soon as I saw that food box. Oh shit, he exposed himself and I didn't even notice. Oh no, wait,
No,
no,
he's been there
he was
since.
he
Yeah,
was
he's been
in
there
the
since.
house when we got there.
That would have been crazy if he just exposed that he was there and we didn't even pick up on that.
If Yang were to erase his presence in the house, why would he leave such clear evidence?
Oh my, okay, hold on. Hold on. That's on.
Every face is more ominous than the last one.
Such a foolish act is not something just anyone can do. Yang might be an exception.
Yup. This judge
Yep,
sucks.
Yang tends to focus on starting tasks rather than finishing them. He is kind of stupid.
Oh, you
though.
heard me.
But how did he suddenly come up with the idea to clean up the footprints on the ground? Lord, I guess that Yang was commissioned by Lo Shiwen to help him clean up the scene. However, he was not aware of the body inside the wardrobe. What do you mean by that? Auntie Vu has just helped us confirm the murder weapon. It is the painting that Yangtze took. What? Summon Auntie Vu to the court immediately.
Get her here now. Oh, she's crippin'.
She's taking her sweet time. Hitting the stanky leg. Auntie Vu, Officer Ma said that you believe this scroll painting is the murder weapon.
Wouldn't it like bend too much? Is there like a solid? Like, would it be solid enough to?
There's
do
a rod
okay.
in scrolls.
Oh, I guess to keep it the shape that it needs to be. That makes sense.
Yeah.
In like most actual scrolls, there would be a rod. Like at least in Eastern scrolls, I think like Western ones, like maps, and like sea charts and shit, would just be put in tubes to help them keep the shape.
Which one are you, a rodder or a tuber?
I'm a tuber. I put my posters in tubes.
Nice. I respect the tube grind set.
I think it leaves a permanent shape though. Like if I could, I would just put them in my backpack. Like when I buy like prints at cons, I would just put them
Flat down, but they don't fit. I indeed have this suspicion.
I too am in this episode.
How do you explain it? My voices are blending together.
What's happening to me?
Just compare the scroll with the choke marks on the victim's neck and you'll see the clues.
You'll see the clues.
You're in for a scare.
I don't see the clues at all. That's way too thick.
No, they're too thick.
No, they're... Oh, I guess... Oh, this... Oh, I guess there are two things there.
Long linear strangulation marks on her neck with two evenly distributed vertical marks. Look at the scroll. There are two leather straps tied on it. These straps match the thickness and spacing of the vertical marks and the strangulation mark. From this perspective, the scroll painting should be the murder weapon, but...
I guess it's just... Then, is it really just gonna be that it's... Ma's... like, leather thing?
I don't think so. How could you strangle someone with an arm guard?
Well, I mean, no, it's the leather straps on the arm guard is the
Oh,
main...
because they're not attached to it.
Yeah, that's the main thing I'm thinking.
Okay. Yeah, he could have used that.
That kind of suck if it... I like the idea that, like, they give you a whole list of things it could be, but it's actually, like, a piece of bamboo the entire time. Well, the case is not over, we'll see. But from what it's sounding like, it looks like that's where it's going.
He said she was... Wait, hold on. She once said that she was crying by the river. I think maybe this confrontation happened in the river, and then he planted her body in Shiwen's house.
Yeah, that's possible.
You know what else is by the river?
What?
The bamboo.
That is true.
I think maybe he took a stick of bamboo out of the big basket that the old man has.
He went yoink.
And then he strangled her with it. From this... But what? I don't know, I'm old. The strangulation mark is wider and thicker than the scroll. They do not completely match.
That is not a match. It's like, I can say with 100% certainty that these is the murder weapon. It does not match the wound, though. You're the worst coroner ever. What do you mean you're the best here?
And they translated that sentence backwards. They said that the strangulation mark was thicker than the scroll, but it's the opposite. Conti, is it possible that this mark was created by repeated and prolonged compression? After all, the murderer wasn't strong enough, and the victim also showed signs of resistance. Okay, that's the first actual good
fair.
point he's made.
Okay, fair enough.
If we consider that the position of each compression has some deviation, it could make sense. Earlier, Officer Ma mentioned the murderer wasn't strong enough. Can you already identify the murderer?
Yeah, it's weak-ass Lo Shi Wen. Get his ass out of here. Cane him.
The murderer is Lo Shi Wen, as the body was found in his wardrobe. What you think happened does have some logic to it, but... Lord, this is the newspaper found at Lo Shi Wen's house.
Oh, yeah, it looks pretty bad for him.
You think Officer Ma did that, though? You think he, was like,
Probably.
yeah, he's pissed off at the newspaper, see?
I don't know. Lo Shi Wen sounds like he would have done it himself.
Yeah. Lo Shi Wen, this wicked man, punctured the faces of Master Lo and Miss Liu in a photograph. I don't know why I've said photograph like that.
Photograph.
It is evident how deep his hatred toward the two is. Mr. Shen, how do you view this? He may not necessarily... I like how it's him, or it could be anyone else.
Lo Shi Wen may not be the murderer. The problem lies in the time of death. Based on my initial assessment, Miss Liu was killed sometime around midnight. I arrived at Lo Pei's house not long before that. Lo Shi Wen should have been busy dealing with the crime scene at Lo Pei's house, it seems.
Ha ha ha! Mr. Shen, do you know about this? Auntie Vu is indeed the most renowned coroner in Jingshu region. You are analyzing the time of death in front of her. Isn't that like bringing coal to Newcastle? I've actually heard that expression before.
We're bringing coal to Newcastle. What is it, a big coal town or something?
It was a coal mining town. So it's like an English expression meaning like it's hard to explain, but it's like something unnecessary, I guess, would be the easiest way to explain it.
Yeah, you're bringing water to the ocean.
Yeah. Ma Taiwei, please don't flatter me.
Oh, we got the full name. The docs.
I think we already had that in the court record.
I thought they just called him Officer Ma, didn't they? Oh, no, they didn't. All right.
But I am indeed curious to know, what is Mr. Shen's basis for this judgment?
I'm mainly judged by the degree of rigor mortis and the stiffness of the fingers and the toe joints. But she just went, what? What is that?
Well, you were touching her toes?
What does that even mean?
That's a very inauspicious face.
That is the most inauspicious. That is most ominous. That would just...
She looks like she's taking a shit. You ignorant layman! Only know about rigor mortis, rigor mortis. All these amateurs always talking about rigor mortis. Was body temperature measured? Pupils observed? Did liver mortis fade after pressure? I like that they're establishing that he doesn't know everything.
Yeah.
Like, he is kind of a layman when it comes to examining a body. Also, the body's state changes aren't isolated. Were environmental factors considered?
May I ask, Auntie Vu, what is your estimation of the time of death?
Alright, just what do you think? Between 3 and 5 o'clock today.
It's much later than we thought. If we don't consider any special circumstances, we can say it is midnight, as you mentioned. In this particular situation, based on my experience, I set the time 4 hours later.
The special circumstances at the scene.
The hot room.
Yeah, it was hot as shit in there.
You did claim to be a detective and have been to the scene yourself. Did you not pay attention to the situation that I mentioned earlier?
The evidence at the scene that could affect the determination of the time of death is...
The charcoal.
I understand. The solution to the problem lies in this charcoal brazier. The charcoal brazier made the room hot and stuffy like summer, speeding up the body's decay.
Yes, with high ambient temperature.
When the external temperature is high, rigor mortis occurs earlier and resolves sooner. When the temperature is low, rigor mortis sets in later and resolves later. However, the stiffness in bodies burned to death is caused by the coagulation of proteins due to high temperatures and is not rigor mortis. The stiffness in bodies frozen outdoors in ice or under artificial freezing conditions is mainly due to freezing. Additionally, rigor mortis occurs more slowly in environments with high humidity.
Isn't that the Adult Swim show, Rigor Mortis?
Yeah, rigor mortis.
He turned himself into a pickle?
Hey, Morty, it's a Flumpy from the Earth, Flumpy Galaxy Earth.
It's the... I'm not even going to try to do the bit because it's not going to be funny.
Look, it's a Schlumpy from the Schlumpyverse. It's gonna schlump.
He's got the schlumpus. He's crazy with the schlump.
Whoa, I'm Schlumpy. That's the show.
Yeah. And then, hey Marty, kill this guy for me. Oh my god, Marty, why'd you kill that guy?
You told me to, Rick.
Why'd you do that?
I didn't mean it literally. Oh my god.
Kill is alien for hug. Yes, with high ambient temperature, rigor mortis.
You did it. You did.
That
It came out.
wasn't on purpose. Appears earlier and disappears sooner. Conversely, with low ambient temperature, rigor mortis.
It's ruined. You're done. You can never work in this industry again.
I can't say the actual word now. Will appear later and disappear later. Due to the summer light temperature at the scene, we should infer the time of death accordingly. That's why I had determined the estimated time of death to actually be 4 hours later. Since the incident happened between 3 and 5, the truth becomes clear at a glance. What's your opinion, Officer Ma? Tell us quickly.
Oh.
Shouldn't he already be under suspicion because he's hiding the fact that he was there? Like, he hid the fact that he was there, and then he said, like, yeah, I was, sure.
It does seem weird, but he does have a lot of sway in this court, being like chief, essentially.
It
He's
is
like
evidence
Vanguard.
that both master...
Okay, hold on, I'm just trying to... I don't know why the audio felt like it got
hold on.
quieter for some reason.
Let me get a drink real quick. I will be right back. 1 second. Ugh.
What do you what the voice sounds like?
I'm just not allowed to say rigor mortis. Oh,
I was curious what the voice
Yeah,
sounded like.
I think we knew it wasn't going to be translated. We got ahead of that. Last night, he first drugged Miss Liu with a rice cake, then hid her in his own house.
I can't change it. in
Then
this
he went to
section.
Master... that he went to Master Lo's house and drugged him as well.
在他欲杀害罗翁之际，沈先生来访。
Just as he was about to kill Master Lo, Shen's visit caused him to temporarily change his plan.
今日子时，罗世文迷晕沈先生，杀害罗翁，并布置了案发现场。
Today at midnight, Lo Shiwen drugged Mr. Shen, killed Master Lo, and set up the crime scene.
寅时，他回到家中。
Dude, this guy's like a busy murderer. He's got like
还想要杀害吕修传。
one murder on the back burner while he goes and does another one.
Yeah, this dude had so many.
Around 3, he came home, lit the brazier, burned the bloodstained coat, and tried to kill Miss
然
Liu.
而，吕修传所持
But
超
Miss
高
Liu
教
had
条
eaten less of the drugged cake. She woke up midway and resisted his attack.
There we go. I can get rid of the voice now.
In the end, Lo Shiwen killed Miss Liu with the scroll, but there was not much time left. In order to return to Master Lo's house before Yang he first hid the body in the wardrobe. Why would he plan this if his entire plan to kill his uncle was dependent on him being there first?
Yeah.
It seems very risky to like
Extremely.
make it so that you have something that you have to do before you get back here when your whole plan is hinging on you being the one holding the door. Unexpectedly, his trick was exposed by Mr. Shen on the spot, and he himself fainted at the scene. As a result, Miss Liu's body was left in the wardrobe until Afu opened it. How'd you know Afu opened it? We didn't tell you that. This is the truth behind the whole case. Shen, what Officer Ma said does make sense. Yes, what Officer Ma said is very true. Very wise. Mr. Shen, what do you think? Is Lo Shiwen the murderer?
Oh,
It's gotta be someone else.
No, because Ma knows that wardrobe had to have been locked. I don't think we've mentioned that it was locked. We just said the body's been in the wardrobe, and he just said, "Oh, Afu opened it," because he knows Afu can pick
Yeah.
locks.
Hmm.
No, I believe the real murderer is someone else.
Yeah, it is actually going to be. How did you know Afu opened it? We didn't tell you that. We didn't tell you it was locked. I love like those gotcha moments, like fucking Tigray.
They're always the most satisfying. If they can be done, see, like I love those, but they can be done really wrong too. Like they can be like, definitely an art to it.
Yeah, I mean, like Tigray's was a little dumb, but it also felt really good.
That's not the poison. This is the poison. You dumbass. I win.
Yeah, Mr. Tigray. This was the bottle that we found poison in at the scene. No, you idiot! The poison was in a brown bottle. Uh-oh.
And the best part, he didn't get it. Like the whole court went like dead silently. What's wrong? You guys just scared of me? And the kiddo's like, bro.
Oh, I wonder who Mr. Shen thinks is the murderer.
It sounded like it was sarcastic.
I wonder.
Officer Ma's deductions seem flawless at first hearing, but upon careful consideration, something feels off. As for who the real murderer is...
Mr. Shen, Lord is waiting for your answer. If the murderer isn't Lo Shiwen, then who could it be? Give me a straight answer.
The murderer should be...
I'll give you a gay answer.
Here it comes. It's Officer Ma, the real murderer in this case.
Officer Ma! Shen, are you sure you're not kidding?
Tell me you're joking.
Say psych right now. In the courtroom, jesting is not to be taken lightly.
It's not a jest.
Oh, are we gonna find out more about the secret side of Shen?
I hope our dark passenger.
Evil Shen?
Yeah.
Mr. Shen, I wonder what your reasons are for suspecting this person.
He got new sprites, Your Honor. Please allow me a moment to think.
Look at that face.
Look at
Isn't
him.
that
Look-
face ominous?
Look at that murderer!
Mr. Shen, if you believe there are flaws in my deduction, please feel free to point them out. Well, so this is like, I'm sure there is a hole in it, but I don't see one right now, and that's like because he thought this up as to how he was going to explain it.
Yeah.
Like, he came up with this plan before he even killed her, I'm sure. Mr. Shen, I see that you are not quite yourself. Are you feeling unwell?
Well, he couldn't have done that because his whole plan was hinging on the fact that Lo Shiwen was going to go kill Lo Pei, and I doubt he would have allowed that if he knew that was happening.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
He's just very good at
Well,
improvising.
yeah, I think... It's funny. Both of the murderers that were happening on this night...
Their intended target got thrown off.
Yeah, like one wasn't even trying to frame anybody, and the other one was trying to frame someone who couldn't have done it now because he was busy murdering somebody else. Because I'm confident that's why it happened in Shiwen's house. He was trying to frame him.
Yeah, that makes the most sense.
No need to force it, Mr. Shen. Catching the murderer and solving the case is our duty, not yours. Officer Ma's analysis does sound quite reasonable to me. I believe that should be the truth of the case, then. Soldiers, take Mr. Shen and Afu for an arrest.
Wait a
For
minute.
a rest? I think that was supposed to be arrest them, right?
No, I don't think they're arresting. I think they're just like, oh, you're not thinking clearly. Good take.
Oh, okay.
There's one thing I still can't figure out. Officer Ma's analysis suggests Lo Shiwen hired Yangtze to clean up footprints at the scene. He also had Yangtze remove the murder weapon from its house. But Lo Shiwen fainted after I exposed his scheme, and there was no time to talk with Yangtze. Before that, it was unlikely that he could have foresee his being arrested. Something must have gone wrong somewhere. I need to think carefully. All contact
Mind
leaves
palace.
traces. The evidence is not non-existent, but instead undiscovered. All objects and all images settled in different locations, sequentially.
I like that sequence.
Ones have stayed here for 6 hours. Be careful, they might be spoiled. Yeah, they weren't spoiled. The room is extremely hot, causing the decomposition of the body to accelerate. However, the steamed buns that have been left for 6 hours did not spoil. Why is it like this? He was late? Oh. Do you need me to point you in the right direction? No need. I'll handle this case myself. Go
Why is
ahead.
Evil Shen so much hotter?
Go ahead, then. Tell me. What is the key factor of Officer Ma to be able... Actually, you should be Evil Shen. I like the idea of the conversation.
What is the key factor for Officer Ma to be able to confirm that Lo Shiwen is the murderer?
Time of death.
The time of death is the key factor, yeah.
Or location of the crime?
I guess both of them, technically, because the accelerated maybe, hold on.
Yeah.
Maybe the accelerated decomposition is a false assumption. Maybe the body was placed there after the fact and was not, in fact, there the whole time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, the coroner's taking for granted what was happening in that room and assumed the body must have just been subjected to that for hours.
But if the body was placed there recently before being discovered, then it wouldn't have been accelerated decomposition.
The body was found in Lo Shi. That's really cool, like making a coroner like, oh, this room's hot, I need to account for that.
Yeah.
The body was found in Lo Shiwen's wardrobe, so naturally everyone would suspect him. But it can also easily lead people to believe that he was framed. Oh, time of death, then, is still important.
But I do think that the time of death was manipulated that way.
If the case happened as I initially speculated, occurring at midnight, Lo Shiwen has an alibi to prove that he was not present at the scene.
What changed the determination of the time of death? Yeah, so we're on the right track. We looked at it the wrong way.
Of course, it's the charcoal brazier. After considering the brazier, Auntie Vu pushed back the estimated time of death by 4 hours. Or push forward, I guess.
Can this factor be ruled out?
Ruled out? How? The charcoal brazier merely increased the temperature inside the room. The stifling heat inside truly impacted the determination of the time of death. Whether it's the charcoal brazier or the room temperature factor, both are objectively present.
There is another variable with the charcoal brazier that you overlooked.
Time of ignition, probably?
The time of ignition. Yeah. You think when he showed up in the morning, he went in and lit the brazier?
Yeah, he was the one that lit it. Time. If the heat did not last long enough, the impact on the decomposition rate will be limited. So the body wasn't there, it's just the brazier wasn't lit. The fact that the meat buns in the food box did not spoil is likely due to this reason. Oh, that's a good point. They weren't spoiled, even though they were in a hot room, because they weren't in there as long. The crucial factor is when the charcoal brazier was ignited. How can we infer the specific time? I know the charcoal burn rate.
The buns were in there the same amount of time. It's just that when Officer Ma went in was when the room started getting hot.
Yeah.
Which was just before noon.
I can analyze the ratio of unburned charcoal to ash. Even so, it's still difficult to deduce the exact time when the charcoal brazier was ignited, because we do not know the initial ratio of charcoal to charcoal ash.
Stupid. Stupid. Think about who lit the charcoal brazier.
It would have had to have been Lo Shiwen, considering the jacket was being burned, right? Initially, at least, right?
We don't know he burned the jacket.
Well, he was the one wearing the jacket, right? Initially, it had to have been him, right?
Try that. Yeah.
It wasn't him. Isn't Lo Shiwen the one who lit the charcoal brazier? Wrong. Steam buns unspoiled indicate the charcoal brazier was lit after they were brought in. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it was Officer Ma. He had the opportunity.
Yeah.
And if we assume that he's the murderer, he had a motive.
Yeah. I figured as much, it just seemed weird. Officer Ma's claim of just passing by without entering the room is likely a lie. He was the last to go by the scene, and he was also the most likely one to clean up the footprints. If he was the one who lit the charcoal brazier, everything would make sense. We don't have any proof of that, though.
Mr. Shen, you're still unwilling to leave? Are you suggesting that I should personally request you to leave?
Judge Chang, I've sorted out my thoughts. I wonder if you, Judge Chang, would be willing to listen to my words.
Shen, don't refuse a gift and then demand a punishment.
Officer Ma, please calm down for now. You can get angry later. I would like to hear what Mr. Shen's analysis.
I guess the fact that the buns aren't spoiled is proof enough, right?
Yeah.
And also, the heir's own testimony, he can say whether or not that thing was lit.
Yeah, we could call him back in and be like, hey, was the charcoal burning?
We don't even need, he's right there.
Oh no, he's right here.
He's on his knees still. Lo Shiwen is not the one who actually killed Miss Liu. Officer Ma is the one who did it.
Lord, Shen is slandering me. How can I not be angry? Mr. Shen, please tell me, what is your reason for suspecting Officer Ma?
After Mr. Chow left, Officer Ma did indeed enter Lo Shiwen's house. The charcoal brazier in the house was lit by Officer Ma, and he also cleaned up the footprints.
I just keep looking at Big Slime back there.
He's Papa Gut.
What a joke. Why would I have the free time to go to Lois' house to light a brazier?
No, your intention was to create a false impression of the time of death. By doing so, you could frame Lo Shiwen for the murder.
Shen, I just don't understand. Heating up the charcoal brazier in the room would accelerate the decomposition of the body. If we ignore this, won't we be more likely to assume that the time of death was earlier instead? Shen, you're talking nonsense. Not even able to convince your own assistant.
The charcoal burner was
Shut up, Afu.
The charcoal burner was specifically lit to mislead this person. You. The charcoal brazier was specifically lit by Officer Ma for Auntie Vu.
For me?
Indeed, the person he truly intended to mislead was Auntie Vu. Because she's the most renowned coroner in the Yangtze region.
What do you mean by that?
Auntie Vu has authority, and we rely entirely on her judgment to determine the time of death. Misleading her is equivalent to misleading everyone else.
Can you tell me then, where have I been misled?
A hot room can speed up decomposition of a body. Others may overlook it, but Auntie Vu won't. Officer Ma precisely took advantage of this point. Taking Auntie to the scene for the autopsy was actually to expose her to the stifling indoor heat. That's a good point. They went out of her way to bring her here to the scene.
Yeah. They could have brought the body... Yeah, if they brought the body to her without bringing her to the scene, she would have been like, yeah, it happened at midnight. Wow, it's really hot in this room.
Then he used his position as officer to make Auntie believe the room was always in such a state. But in fact, the charcoal brazier was lit by Officer Ma around noon when he entered Lo's house. Afterwards, Officer Ma had Soldier Chen guard the door to ensure that the room would heat up. At the time, it was only 2 hours before Fu and I discovered the body.
Because they did say, though, that it was odd that there was a soldier guarding the door when it was just, like, his house. Like,
Yeah.
we didn't know that his house was, like, part of the investigation. We wanted to go there to look for clues.
The impact of decomposition was very limited. In all of this, it was all to mislead Auntie Vu.
There it is, inauspicious.
Oh.
But the body was indeed discovered by you and Afu first, so how could it be said otherwise? Oh, yeah, and he planned it so that the great detective would come in and nobody would doubt him.
Yeah. Clever, clever, clever. Even if Fu and I didn't find the body then, you'd find another reason to take Auntie Vu there.
No, actually, at this point, he didn't know that we were in town, so that he didn't take that into account.
Yeah.
Like, if he did do it at midnight, he couldn't have known we were in town.
That's a good point, yeah.
So that's how it is.
You bitch!
If the brazier was only lit for 2 hours, the victim should have been killed around midnight.
Around midnight, Lo Shiwen was still at Lo Pei's house, unable to be in two places at once.
Officer Ma, did you really commit the murder?
Could you imagine a timeline in
You'd-
which we didn't come to this town, so like Lo Pei gets his suicide thing off, goes home, and then gets pinned for murder immediately after? I'd be pissed.
Yeah, especially since everyone would think that his uncle committed suicide, so he'd be like, I would never murder somebody, and it's not like they could say, well, you got your uncle. Officer Ma, did you really commit the murder? You'd tell me if you did, wouldn't you? Be honest.
We're pros.
It's a slander. It's all slander. Lord, it was Lo Shiwen who lit the charcoal brazier to burn the blood-stained coat. How did you... We didn't bring that up! Oh, he was in the room. I keep forgetting that.
Did Lo Shi Wei just dump the coat in the well and Ma found it? Maybe Lo Shi Wei didn't even burn, like, he didn't even take it to his house, maybe. Maybe he just threw it in the well and just wiped his hand of it.
Maybe. And then he fishes it out of the well because he happened to spot it there?
I'm not sure. I'm not confident on that timeline. I guess we'll have to see.
The fragments of clothes in the charcoal brazier are the evidence. Shen is actually distorting the truth and slandering me.
If Lo Shiwen was the one who lit the charcoal brazier, Yang should have felt the stuffiness upon entering the room. But he had no impression of it at all.
There was no one in... That's not me.
And I didn't notice anything unusual either.
And the only person who entered the room after Yang was you, Officer Ma.
How do you know that Yang wasn't lying? What evidence do you have to claim that I entered the room? Officer Ma's argument makes sense, and Yanger's words cannot be entirely trusted. Hey, I'm right here!
Come on!
Mr. Shen, do you have any other way to prove that the charcoal brazier was lit by Officer Ma?
This piece of evidence can also prove that the room was only stuffy for a short period of time. That'd be the buns.
The dumplings.
The dumplings. The box of steamed buns is the evidence. If meat buns are left in a stuffy environment for 6 hours, they will definitely spoil. But if who tasted them at the time, the buns were not spoiled.
Why on earth are you eating at a crime scene?
I was hungry.
I
didn't know it was a crime scene yet.
Absolutely true. Fu is your assistant, so if he says they're not spoiled, then they're not spoiled. Someone bring the confiscated food box here. Well, I feel like it would be spoiled at this point.
Yeah, which I mean, I think that's kind of the point. There's really no saying.
Yeah. I will personally taste it.
If he doesn't like it, does he get a refund? No tasty, no money.
He eats it and he's like, it's not spoiled, and then spits it out. I was hungry. Shen, the food box is empty. Where did the buns inside go? In my belly. Your assistant ate all the spoiled buns.
He'd be dead.
Why would we say, yeah, no, the buns can prove, and then the buns can prove the time of death, and then have him eat all of them?
He was hungry.
I clearly ate only one. And it was not spoiled. He fed him to the dog.
Oh shit, that was right in front of us,
Shen.
too.
Shen, it was Officer Ma. He fed all the buns to the dog. I just figured that somebody fed buns to a dog.
Yeah.
It's not like they had, like, kibble in China. You dare to turn the tables on me? How can you accuse me of destroying evidence? Shen, what should we do now?
Let's look at this from a different perspective. Officer Ma was the last person to enter the crime scene. The blood-stained coat were most likely destroyed by him at the time. If we can prove this point, then everything will be proven. Why would he... So, what, was he helping Lo Shiwen? What purpose would he have? Because he wouldn't have known the coat's significance yet.
Maybe. Yeah, no, he wouldn't have known.
I mean, I think
I was thinking that maybe he disposed of the coat because the coat would plant Lo Shiwen there. Maybe he discovered the coat after the murder, after he knew it was relevant. In the time that we were supposed to be looking for it, he discovered where the coat was, and then was like, "Oh shit! This proves that he was here at midnight."
You know, we've been assuming, like, oh, they're bros, but like I said, the first thing we knew about Ma was that he like brandished a sword at Lo Pei, and we only have his word that they're bros and like good friends.
That's true.
Just because he wasn't the killer in the first case, we might have taken that for granted.
Right. There don't seem to be many people who know about Lo Pei's blood-stained coat.
Perhaps the big show of the first case,
Lord.
Ma was in on it too.
Maybe. Lord, the blood-stained coat were clearly burned by Lo Shiwen. Shen is distorting the truth.
No, this evidence proves that the person who burned the blood-stained coat is not Lo Shiwen. This, right? More than likely.
Yeah.
Everyone, please take a look at this.
These are fragments of broken rice cake and the belt of Lo Pei's wind coat?
Afu found these in the dry well near Lo Pei's house. They had been discarded by Lo Shiwen.
What do these things have to do with me?
I hadn't figured it out before. Why did Lo Shiwen separately dispose of the belt and the coat? If the intention was to destroy them, why not burn them together?
Indeed, why would he do so?
There's only one reason that can explain it. Lo Shiwen didn't intend to burn that coat. He disposed of the evidence by throwing the coat and the cake together in the dry well.
It is indeed quite common for perpetrators to dispose of evidence in multiple locations.
That was a Western-style coat, and the belt should be inserted into the belt loops around the back.
There's something that everyone is unaware of. I know something you don't know. There's a discarded rake head underneath the well, and the belt got caught in it.
Ah. And that's also like good storytelling too, because they did mention in the someone lost a rake, I believe, in this as well. I recall.
Judge Chang ordered an improved hoe to boost farming efficiency.
He's like, I hate this hoe. Throw it in cast it into the abyss.
Throw it into the pit.
Yeah. I don't know if it's related, but go rake it.
The belt got caught in it. The belt would have come off when Officer Ma pulled up the coat.
After all, Officer Ma is big and tall and able to go down the well like a foo. That's why he didn't take the broken cake and the belt from the bottom of the well.
These are all your speculations. Just speculations.
It is pretty flimsy.
I did not go to find any blood-stained coat, nor did I arrange for anyone else to do so. It is possible that Lo Shiwen took the blood-stained coat back. It has nothing to do with me.
Lo Shiwen is awake now. Did he go down the well to retrieve the blood-stained coat? Just ask him. Officer Ma, it's an undeniable fact that you have investigated the dry well. This can prove it. The yellow fabric.
Yeah.
This decisive evidence is this thin thread.
I'd be interested to know. I wish we could go back into the court, because I didn't look closely at the oxtails of the other swords. I think they were all yellow. I can't remember clearly. I think the red at the bottom of his might be blood.
That's what I think too, but I'm not sure. We have to compare them.
I don't think we're gonna get another chance. I think he's just dead here.
Yeah.
Absurd. What can a single thread prove?
This thin thread was found in the gap between the bricks on the well wall. The thread is clean and intact, not exposed to the sun or rain. Clearly, it got stuck recently.
What is the connection between this thin thread and Officer Ma? Judge Chang, this thin thread is red and yellow. Its color is quite distinctive. The red part of it is dark crimson, not dye color. It looks more like long-dried bloodstains. The yellow part is also appears aged. Originally, it should have been a bright yellow color. May I kindly ask both of you to explain more clearly?
I would like to point out the connection between this thread and Officer Ma.
Yeah.
Skadoosh.
Get his ass.
You're done. This thin thread. It's a tassel from Officer Ma's sword. The tassel has dried bloodstains on it, which is a unique characteristic of Officer Ma's sword. The thread got stuck in the crevice as Officer Ma leaned over the well, probing with his sword.
Ma, during the pursuit of a fugitive, you damaged your scabbard. The blood-stained tassel moved me. I borrowed your sword and had a new scabbard crafted with using high-quality wood. Just now, I took a closer look at this thread, and indeed it is from your tassel. No, it's not me. I did investigate that well, but I didn't find anything. It's also possible that someone else took the bloodstained coat before I had the chance. Officer Ma, didn't you just say you didn't order anyone to look for the bloodstained coat?
Except Lo Shiwen, everyone who knew about the bloodstained coat was at Lo Pei's home. It was only you, me, Afu, and Judge Chang who knew about it.
Officer Ma, what is the truth behind all this? Man, I just want to go home.
Oh, Jesus!
Chen, stop accusing others without evidence. Don't blame the weapons if harm comes your way. That's in an inauspicious face, too.
Yeah.
Officer Ma, for now, please put down the sword. You can pull it out later.
I need to get that. I need to add that to the collection.
Lord, Shen is being too oppressive. He's oppressing me.
He's very ominous.
I have been wronged and treated unfairly. I can't accept it in my heart. Even if I believe that you are being unjustly treated, you're a murderer, man.
You killed him. Just admit it.
You still need to give me an explanation for the blood-stained coat. Shen has a silver tongue. It's hard for me to defend myself.
He's too good at
If you
proving
have
it.
evidence to prove your innocence, that would be acceptable too. He's thinking about it. Lord, if I have a way to prove my innocence, could you please help in bringing charges against Shen for false accusation? For this matter, the punishment for false accusations in our dynasty is severe, but Mr. Shen was invited by me. Are you suggesting, my lord, that you have made up your mind to show favor?
According to the Great Jing legal code, it is stipulated that those who falsely accuse others and receive a flogging shall also be punished with second-degree offense for crimes of exile, penal servitude, or caning. The accuser shall be punished with a third-degree offense in addition to the original false accusation, with a maximum limit of 100 canings and 3,000-mile exile. If the accused has already served their sentence and it is later proven that they were wrongly accused, they shall be released and their belongings returned to them. However, toll fees for the distance traveled during the exile shall be deducted from the accused person's account and compensated to the falsely accused. Therefore, the accuser not only bears the punishment for their false accusation, but also faces additional penalties and compensation, thus granting justice to the falsely accused. However, due to various limitations of the era, the false accusations were still prevalent in the Jing dynasty.
So we're gonna be exiled 3,000 miles.
Oh no.
Okay, we'll just go to Britain. See you guys later.
Judge Cheng, if Officer Ma is truly innocent, I'm willing to accept punishment.
Wait, 3,000 miles is like the distance across the. That's like I travel a little more than 3,000 miles to go see Kira. I guess China is a big place.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's not that big though. Shen. Officer Ma, can you speak out now? What can prove your innocence? Yes.
Yes.
Lord Shen's accusations against me are all based on speculation and have no basis. You just said they were based on speculation. I have never seen that blood-stained coat, so I cannot provide any explanation for it. It is possible that Yangtze burned the clothing since he is an accomplice of Lo Shiwen. We don't know that. In fact, if he was an accomplice, would he steal all his shit?
Good point.
To determine my innocence, all you need to do is take a look at the hands of the deceased. Auntie Vu, is there anything special about the hands of the deceased? The fingertips and abrasions have abrasions and bruises, with the nails and surrounding skin being damaged. These are resistance wounds left by her struggling to scratch and claw before death. Therefore, do you believe that the murderer would have scratch marks on their body? More precisely, on his hands. The arm guards! His wrists are covered. She would be clawing at his wrists.
Yeah, but he'd be completely fine.
The logic I've explained to Officer Ma before is that in cases of asphyxiation... She just said that she's told him this before, too. He has prior knowledge.
Yeah.
The victim will, by instinct, grab the source of strangling force and pull outward to resist it. Therefore, it often leaves scratch marks on the murderer's hands.
Well, his hands wouldn't have been covered. These are arm guards we're talking about. His palms and back of his hand would be exposed. And there is blood on her fingernail, so she did scratch at something.
But Auntie, wasn't the murder weapon in this case a scroll painting? Miss Liu, when resisting, would have been grabbing the scroll, right? Take a closer look at that painting. Are there scratch marks on it? There are no scratch marks, only some signs of compression. No wall dust or floor dirt in the victim's hair or back shows that she was strangled from behind.
Okay, well, maybe I doubted you too much, Auntie Vu.
She's good at her job, she was just purposely manipulated.
Yeah.
The murderer's hands would be placed near the center of the scroll so as to control the victim. Since the victim wasn't able to grab the scroll during the struggle, she'd only grab the hand. You mean by simply examining Officer Ma's hand, we can determine if he is the real murderer? This is just my humble opinion. But yes. Arm guards. Why is he not wearing his arm guards?
That was a good point. Like now it's more of a question of, hey, where's your shit at, bro?
My hands are clean and clear. I'm innocent. Auntie, is it possible that Officer Ma wore gloves when he committed the crime? The girl scratched her nails when she struggled. She grabbed so hard, even through the clothes, there would be bruises. Okay, so the blood isn't somebody else's.
It's hers.
The blood is hers.
Yeah.
So she was scratching the arm guards, and he took them off because they're scratched. What do you have to say now, Shen? Where are your armbands at, man?
Yeah, hey, where's your drip at, brother?
The legal code states the crime of false accusation shall be punished with a third-degree offense. What is the crime if you falsely accused me of? Murder? That's a capital crime. Mr. Shen, Officer Ma has already presented the evidence. Do you still insist that he is the murderer? You can still withdraw the charges now, and I will treat everything as if it never happened.
You're bro. Thanks, dude.
Shen, shall we take time to consider this matter thoroughly? Although it is frustrating to let Officer Ma escape in this case, we'll have to accept it.
No.
No, I don't think I will. It appears that Mr. Shen cannot find any loopholes either.
Oh.
Aha! Lord, in such a situation, can we really not consider Mr. Shen's actions as false accusation? No one to stop, Officer Ma.
Are you sure
Come on,
we can't
man.
kill him?
It seems this case won't have a conclusion anytime soon. Let's adjourn this hearing for today.
Wait a moment.
Oh, we're about to have our brain blast.
Judge, I still firmly believe that Officer Ma is the murderer.
Mr. Shen, even so, are you confident that you can prove conclusively that Officer Ma is the killer? You sure you got him?
I'd like to give it a
I think
try.
he did it too, but I need proof, man.
Oh, he's mad?
Shen, did you simply disregard what Auntie Vu said earlier as if it were nothing? I was initially planning to let you off the hook for Lord's sake, but now it's far from over. Mr. Shen, I can only give you one chance, please, man.
Please. Thank you, Judge Chang. One chance is enough.
Shen, how do you plan to prove it, then? Did Officer Ma conceal the wound in some way? Was it possible that Miss Liu's finger injury was not a defensive wound?
I just reviewed the case in my
Neither.
mind, and the current line of reasoning seems to be correct. However, Officer Ma has presented a counter-argument from a new angle. We should also shift our perspective and consider alternative angles. Instead of discussing whether something is true or not, let's take a moment to contemplate. Why are there no scratches on Officer Ma's hands?
Mr. Shen, please present the evidence.
One possible explanation for the lack of scratches on Officer Ma's hand is...
The arm guards.
There it is. The reason why there are no scratches on Officer Ma's hands is... It's because he was wearing arm guards. Not long ago, he had arm guards reinforced by a blacksmith.
Shen, are you kidding me? The arm guards protect the forearm, not the hand. What if Officer Ma used his arms to hold the scroll tightly?
Okay, so that's actually clever. It was about the method of strangulation was the real
Man, he was really going for it. My God.
He was doing reps on her.
He just starts lifting her out of the chair.
It wouldn't be tightly secured. There'd be bruises on the chin even if she didn't break free. But in fact, she only had strangulation marks on her neck. Only strangulation marks on her neck. Mr. Shen, there are no injuries on Officer Ma's hands, even if I agree with your argument. We've been under a false assumption that the scroll was used to strangle her.
Yeah.
It was bamboo.
No, it's his arm guard straps.
You think so?
I think so, yeah. I think that's
I don't
roughly
think they're
the-
long enough. It's still difficult to conclusively determine that he is the murderer, isn't it? He could have killed her wearing arm guards, but it's also possible he's not related at all.
Or to find out the true weapon used in this case, things would be totally different.
The true murder weapon? Isn't the murder weapon the scroll?
The true murder weapon is...
Ooh. We got a lot of options.
We do have a lot of options. I think it's still the... I think it's the straps on the arm guard. I'm a doubter for the... I know I'm doubting the bamboo boys, but...
The spacing fits the bamboo better, but I'm willing to go along with the arm guard. But look at our credibility bar.
Yeah.
This is instant death. Yeah, go for it. He had it in the room.
The true murder weapon is actually the arm guard. It was. I'm sorry. The bamboo dream is dead.
He just shit his tunic.
What fucking emotion is that?
That's,
Oh, shitus? Like fucking... In our shitus.
Oh, what? Huh? How do you explain that?
Miss Liu was indeed strangled from behind by Officer Ma. It was not the scroll that strangled her, but rather the arm of Officer Ma wearing a guard. When Miss Liu struggled, she grabbed the reinforced arm guard of Officer Ma. That's why there are no scratch marks left on Officer Ma's hands. Oh, he just strangled her out with his own hands, his own arms.
Yeah, and we prove it by trying to match up the lines on his arm guards. This is all speculation. You have no evidence.
The strangulation marks on Miss Liu's neck are the evidence. Compare the
He's in
strangulation
shambles.
marks with the measurements of the arm guards in the manual.
Ooh, they line up.
Your arm guard straps perfectly match the vertical bars in the strangulation mark. The widths of the strangulation marks also matches the better compared to the scroll painting. All contact leaves traces. Even if you destroy the arm guards, Blacksmith Chung Ta can help verify the truth.
Oh, I gotta kill the blacksmith. He'd simply intervene, though. He wouldn't let it happen.
That's true.
Then why do the straps on the scroll painting also match perfectly? They don't, we just said that.
The scroll painting is a meticulously prepared fake weapon. The straps on the scroll painting were dismantled from the arm guard. The straps on the scroll are his arm guard straps.
Okay.
I found it strange before as well. Scroll paintings are usually bound with silk ribbon. Why is there leather straps on this scroll painting, and why are there two of them? This must have been your attempt to cover up after noticing the strangulation marks left by the arm guard.
Okay. That ties it up quite nicely.
Confess, Officer Ma. You can no longer deny it. He's really going. He's really going.
I think he's having a stroke.
It's right. Oh, I thought he cut his hand off for a second.
It was indeed me who killed her. That's so sad.
Aw.
That's a new face too. Mataway, why did you kill a female editor? Why does it matter that she's female?
I mean, back then, that probably seen as worse if you kill a woman.
I could see you killing a man, but a lady? You say something.
Officer Ma killed Miss Liu, perhaps for the sake of this person. Low pay.
Yeah, no, he was actually bros with Lope.
Miss Liu had
I was right on the motive.
Miss Liu had a simple social relationship in the town. Apart from Lo Shi-wen, the only person with a motive to kill her is Lo Pei.
Lope, but wasn't Liu Picheng his editor?
The child Tiantin witnessed a conflict between the two of them. The cause was that Miss Liu wanted Lo Pei to announce Lo Si-wan as a co-author of his novel.
This is just Lo Shiwen's nonsense. No one in town believes it.
Rumors can sometimes be closer to the truth, even if they are based on baseless claims.
What do you mean by that?
I've read Lo Pei's novels, and during the investigation, I've also seen Lo Shi-wen's manuscripts. As detective stories, the core tricks in both of their works are truly designed by one person.
Why doesn't anyone believe in Lo Shiwen then?
Lo Pei's stories have vivid characters and tightly woven plots that keep the readers engaged. Lo Shi-wen's writing seems like a mere list of events, making it tedious and boring to read. Therefore, everyone assumes that he is simply jealous of Lo Pei.
But Liu Picheng noticed this matter? Because she was editing his works to try and help him get better, and she was like, wait a second.
I found a half-written letter on Lo Shi-wen's desk, and the handwriting appears to be from Miss Liu. Based on its contents, Miss Liu intends to expose Lo Pei. This move might have caused Lo Pei to panic. So we took advantage of the admiration from Officer Ma and instigated him to commit murder.
No, Master Lo is innocent. It's all my fault for acting on my own. Liu Picheng was bewitched by someone and wanted to destroy Master Lo. I couldn't bear to watch any longer, so I resorted to this plan. What do you mean? That day, when Master Lo invited me for tea, I finally knew. As editor, Liu Picheng planned to forcibly list Lo Shi-wen as a co-author in Master Lo's novel. Lo Shi-wen is indeed a heavy smoker. At that time, I was so furious that I drew my sword and pointed it toward the sky. It is truly heartbreaking to see Master Lo's lifelong reputation being ruined in this way. But Master Lo was kind and comforted me. Liu Picheng was resolved, and he is indifferent to fame. He said he'd arrange a chat with Lo Shi-wen last night to give him a chance to mend his ways. The meeting that he called that Lo Shi-wen killed him at was for him to apologize and say, I'll list you as a co-author.
But then what? Yeah, I guess what's the deal with? I guess it was Lo Shi-wen that pushed over Liu. Then is what the kid saw. It must have been.
Maybe. Well, was that last night? I think that was earlier in the day.
As we'll say.
I think the timeline is the kids saw that happen earlier in the day. They had to fight. I don't think I don't think he actually hurt her. I think it was an argument. And then she ran off. But she was crying like when we got there.
I'm more
I don't know.
confused why she was writing that letter in Lo Shiwen's house. Was that where she was staying? Or?
Yeah. Well, I think maybe I think Officer Ma is implying that her and Lo Shiwen were
In cahoots.
no, I think they were like romantically involved.
Wait, let's see.
Because he said that she was bewitched by a liar. If I kill Liu Pichen and frame Lo Shiwen, I can protect Master Lo. So, the crumbs on the corners of Miss Liu's mouth were also planted by you to frame Lo Shiwen? Those were placed by me when I entered the scene for the second time. Because he had the access to the crumbs from the well.
Yeah.
Please tell me what happened last
so
night.
sad.
I just want to go home, man. Well, yeah, his close coworker and probably friend has just admitted to murder. That would be fucked up too. Mr. Shen had already explained most of what happened last night. I spent the whole night following Liu Picheng and looking for a chance to kill her. So when we saw her, he was hunting her and stalking her?
I guess so.
I heard her arguing with that untrustworthy Lo Shiwen and saw her crying by the bridge. After she encountered Mr. Shen and Afu, she suddenly ran to Lo Shiwen's house. This gave me the perfect opportunity. At that moment, Liu Picheng focused on writing a letter and didn't notice me behind her. Yeah, and he knew that Shiwen wasn't there because he saw him going to Master Lo's house. When I glimpsed at the content, I was even more certain of her guilt. From behind her, after she died, I tied the belt on my arm guard to the scroll and put the corpse in the wardrobe. In this way, I thought I could blame everything on Lo Shiwen, but I never expected. But you didn't. That's not me.
But you didn't expect that around the same time Lo Shiwen had decided to kill Lo Pei. Oh.
The two wardrobes interconnected. This is cool.
Oh, that's really cool. I dig it.
I love this. That was sick.
That's awesome. Wait, two murderers got out fucking murdered by each other's incompetence. Fate plays tricks on us. You were trying to frame Lo Shiwen for murder. Lo Shiwen, on the
And he
other
was
hand,
actually committing a different one.
was the one who murdered Lo Pei. Surprisingly, Lo Shiwen unexpectedly had an alibi in relation to this case. He had to go back to burn the coat and heat the charcoal to mislead Auntie Vu.
Yeah, that's why he covered up for it in the morning, because at night he didn't know he had to cover up for it. He had to improvise. How many lies have you told me, Ma Taoei?
A lie often requires another lie to cover it up. That's a long way. A lie begets more lies.
First line, Chapter 7, The Confined Room Mystery.
That's the one that we're interested in, right?
Yeah. Mr. Shen, you were also... Come on, take my tie away to the jail. Was he about to say you're also a fan of the mystery
that's what
novel?
we just quoted that. To him.
Solved.
Damn.
I loved that cinematic at the end. That was great. I hope we see more of that.
I like the case. I think it could have been done a bit better. But
I'm so foolish. I said many rude things to Miss Liu. When everyone laughed at me and called me a crazy person, I wished someone would believe me. Even if there were only one. When this person finally appeared, I didn't believe her and instead suspected her motives. What others said is true. I am ungrateful and vicious.
not all your fault. After being suppressed for too long, it's inevitable that you will doubt yourself.
Mr. Shen, I once framed you, but you helped me instead.
I don't know, bro. You're still here.
Yeah, I don't know if help you is the right term.
I actually did it for myself. I came to you to learn about the book, The Confined Room Mystery.
We mainly want to know how you came up with the twist in that book. Why do you have to ask about this book? I don't know. Don't know. Mr. Shen, you are really smart. You have seen through me completely. The Confined Room Mystery, that's the real reason why I killed Lope.
Oh.
The real reason? Half a year ago, Lope went to Yangtze with Miss Liu to visit the Golden Words. After returning, he wrote the Confined Room Mystery. The other day, Miss Liu came to see me. She said that she found out that the ideas in most of Lope's books were not his own. She thought it was wrong. I was a co-author of his books. Lope should have put my name on it. I went to talk to Lope, but he kept showing me how successful the Confined Room Mystery was. And saying he could write books on his own. I'm dispensable. Oh god, so he was a son of a bitch. This is really irritating. I was not angry. I know I'm useless. I'm good at nothing but the Imperial examination. Master Lo has a brilliant literary talent. He has made many friends in that circle. Only he can turn my ideas into stories. Seeing fans like the twists in the story in my heart, actually I'm very happy.
But the Confined Room Mystery made you realize that you're not the only one.
Oh. Go back. Oh, okay. So he knew his uncle couldn't write books on his own, so he figured that because he didn't help write the Confined Room Mystery,
he got
somebody else must have given him the idea.
So, like, even that little bit of living vicariously through his uncle's books got, like, taken from him. That's a terrifying story. That looks scary as shit.
I think it revealed to him that he was dispensable.
Yeah.
That like, his uncle didn't need him, and that scared him. How can he use other people's plot twists? And what's the point of my life? Since my life has no meaning, then let's die together. Oh. That's why I killed him. That's why I killed him. Oh,
we thought this guy was going to become more sympathetic.
No,
He got more twisted.
Well, I think there's some sympathy in there. It's just that this dude's deranged. Like, he just isn't well. Mr. Shen, Lo Shiwen's going crazy again. You should leave right now. It's time to give him smoking cessation pills. Oh, he's tweaking.
Oh, he's on the opium. Yeah.
He's geeked.
He's geeked out of his mind. Shen, is it a bad thing to have passion for something?
Why do you suddenly ask me this?
Because I have passion for you. I feel that both Officer Ma and Lo Shiwen genuinely love detective novels. But both of them killed someone because of it. I wonder if one day my love of science will make me do bad things too.
Lope bears a great responsibility for Lo Shiwen's current situation. As for the problem you mentioned, I think we only need to distinguish between love and fanaticism.
I think, yeah, Lope could have solved the problem at any point by giving his nephew any sort of recognition, but he was so obsessed with, like, I think Officer Ma saying that he wasn't concerned with the fame was just a lie.
Yeah.
Or at least it was
how
a
Ma interpreted it.
misinterpretation. Yeah. I think Lope, like, was obsessed with being famous. There's no other reason why he wouldn't say, yeah, my nephew helps me write.
Exactly.
Because, like, just calling him a co-author doesn't mean, like, none of these ideas are mine, they're all his. Like, that's the truth, but it's not an admittance of that to say he helps me come up with ideas.
Yeah. No, he wanted that all to be him.
Fanaticism.
Officer Ma's blind worship is a kind of fanaticism. Lo Shiwen's gradually became extreme due to excessive obsession, a different kind of fanaticism. True love is rational.
Love isn't rational. But can people really stay rational when it comes to things they truly care about?
Maybe that's something that Shen would say, at least. Love is logical. Well, I think we'll end it here for now. We're hitting the 3-hour mark.
Yeah. I think that last line has a lot to do with Shen. I think the like fucking Darkiplier Shen is
Darkiplier.
I think he's like Shen's like obsession with the truth, like the fanaticism of his detective.
It is kind of like
Mine.
Layton Mystery Brothers.
Yeah, I love that game.
Of just loving criminals.
It's kind of it's like Columbo.
Yeah,
Columbo's like they're not bad people; they just do bad things.
Yeah, it's kind of like reverse Columbo because I think was it fucking what was his name? It was like Al Dente or something. It was something like that.
Evil Layton.
Alfrendi.
He liked finding out like how twisted their minds were, how sick, twisted psychopaths they were.
Yeah. Well, Columbo just liked the people. Well, thank you all for watching. Until we come next time.